such as Heinz, Philadelphia cream cheese, and Kraft mac and cheese. The other will include brands such as Oscar Mayer, Kraft Singles, and Lunchables. The company in 2015 wanted to capitalize on its massive scale, but shifting tastes complicated those plans. With households seeking to introduce healthier options at the table, I'm Julie Walker.
The Dow from Stifel down 333 points to 45,211. We've got a crash on 64 West at 25th Street in the right lanes. Some road work on 141 North at 21. That's also in the right lane.
It's a nice Tuesday afternoon around St. Louis. Partly sunny skies. Our high should peak out at about 82. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Upper 70s for evening plans. 62 for the low. Now, Wednesday, we are ahead of a rather strong cold front. And that means Wednesday is going to be the warmest day of the week with 87 degrees, partly sunny skies. But with that front, there should be some scattered showers and thunderstorms around. Scattered, the key word. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday night. That's when the front's coming through fairly early. 56 for the overnight low. Then Thursday, partly to mostly sunny skies. Noticeably cooler with highs in the 60s to near 70 degrees. We should get back into the upper 70s come Friday and around 80 degrees for this upcoming weekend. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by SNL Coins. We've got some clouds. It's 80 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plate. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Good afternoon, St. Louis. DGS 1041 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Oh, very nice. I'm reading the stream.
Yeah.
We haven't been here.
And to yourself.
To myself. I'm reading silently.
At least there was music going.
That's so funny. Now, Robert Walsh, who's with us all the time, says, I want to say thank you to Mike and Dave for the, and there you have it, powerful, poignant, and close to home. That's nice.
Yeah, the podcast Dave did with Mike Bush is up on the Dave Glover Show Facebook page. Go follow us there if you haven't already and check out that podcast. I watched it this weekend as well. Really enjoyed it.
Good. Thank you. Mm-hmm. I did not watch it because I popped it up and my head looked like a pumpkin.
Oh, that's not true.
And so I decided not to watch.
You're funny.
I have a shout out.
Yeah,
is it okay to get a shout out in first thing in the show? This is a shout out to Beth and her son, Devin. So he played in his first college football game at Northern Illinois University on Saturday, and they won. It's a D1 school. He's a freshman there. They were so super excited. I meant to do this shout out on Friday in advance of the game. I failed at that, but congratulations to the team. They won on Saturday, so shout out to Devin.
Isn't that Kurt Warner? Or was he Iowa?
Northern Iowa, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting stuff, though.
That's cool. Very cool. Weekend, everything good for everybody? It seemed long.
Yeah, it was weird.
It did feel long.
Yeah.
When you add last week and this week.
Yeah.
With like the day off and then a day game and then a short week and then a long weekend. It's been weird. It's like it's almost like the holidays.
Right.
You're just like, how does this microphone work?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
We've all aged.
I wasn't going to say anything.
We didn't age like Belichick, though.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the aging stick. Like, remember we did a story this year that you get hit at 40?
Yeah.
And you get hit at 60.
Oh.
And I didn't get hit at 60, but I'm 61 Saturday.
Gotcha.
Which is a terrible number.
Why? It's the biggest one of the biggest numbers in baseball history.
Yeah.
There's a whole ass movie made about it.
Yeah. It's not good at your
It's a
age.
good movie too. Well, yeah.
Somehow, like, I just started to say, not ironically, I'm not a numerologist.
I do want to get this out of the way and clarify.
Just in case anyone was confused by my encyclopedic knowledge of numbers. But numbers do have an effect on me. And 61 sounds worse than 6 with anything else after it. I'm not sure why.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just weird.
I understand. I mean, we don't agree. Like 61 doesn't sound crazy to any of us, but I know where you're coming from. So, are you excited for your birthday at all?
Not really. Not really. Like, the kids are gone. Nick's
Yeah.
on a vacation, and it'll be fine. It'll be what it is. No big deal.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be such a birthday person, but very performatively. Like, it's so nice to be this new version of me where instead of just being diabolical, I can call myself out on being diabolical, and it's much more chill. But the same way that I used to wear sandals until Thanksgiving, so that people go like, he's so crazy. I used to, like, that was a thing as well,
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's very performative.
All right. The world needs a show, man.
Well, they got it with me.
You could say that in multiple ways, right? The world needs a show, comma, man. Or the world needs a showman. And either one of them works.
I think I've ruined movies, though, for me. Like, remember, I didn't love Superman, and I watched F1. Maybe I just should stop paying $19.99 for movies.
Yeah, they're a lot
that's
less
the core
likable
problem.
that way.
Now,
yeah.
F1 was not supposed to be a great movie, and a lot of people didn't like Superman. You're definitely not on an island there. But it's also like, I can't fathom having a good time sitting on my couch and dropping $20 on a movie. I just can't possibly. Like, that is such a high barrier for entry at a time when we are used to just getting that stuff for free.
Yeah, it's not even so much that. I just think it's sort of like, I feel like it's cursed when I do that. But Janelle, I think, nailed it when she was talking about how I think the biggest thing is TikTok. There's no doubt in my mind, all kidding aside, all like TikTok brain aside, I have TikTok brain. My brain is now trained to watch things in 3-second increments. And I get really bored after 60 seconds. And so sitting down for like a 2.5-hour movie, that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah. I got both modes. You just change speeds.
I have trouble with that these days.
See, the thing is that to pay $20 to see a movie, I'm fine doing that if I'm going to the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm going to the theater, it means it's something I really want to see. It's some kind of big blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
It's not just a movie. I would be like, I'm not paying $20. I'll wait another 2 months or whatever. Because I think it would. I think it would impact my enjoyment of the movie. Because if it's great, I'd be like, I don't care. I'll spend $20 because I know it's great. But if it ends up being even just decent, it's like, okay, that's a disappointment.
It really goes to show you, though, how important direction and script and screenplay are. Because I think Brad Pitt's a really good actor. I think Javier Bardem is a great actor. And they both looked like they were doing their first movie. It was very over the top, very I'm just reading my lines. And they're the same actors. Like they didn't lose their skill.
Yeah.
It just that's always fascinating to me.
Janelle does point out on the stream that F1 was a theater movie in her opinion. And
one to see in the theater, you mean?
Right,
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah, I agree.
And by the way, if you're wondering, the stream we're always referencing, you can check that out on the Dave Glover Show Facebook page or on YouTube. Just search Dave Glover Show 2000. You can watch us there. We stream every time the show is on. So check us out, please.
Man, I just keep finding new ways to be anxious.
Oh, no.
So Nick flew to France over the weekend.
What? That's cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's living his little Glover life, isn't
No
he?
kidding.
And I did it once, but just the thought now, I have weird claustrophobia. Like if you put me in a closet, as long as I know you're coming back in a couple of minutes, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna like go crazy, but it's more situational. And even though I know flying across the country, if something bad happens, we're probably not landing on someone's farm road. At least I know it's possible. Whereas being over the ocean for 5 or 6 or 7 hours, yeah. which makes me really sad because I had planned to do that again. And now, unless I take the Lusitania or something, I'm probably not going to go back to Europe.
You could do it.
I would have to be
Medicate yourself.
really knocked out. Like, can't wake him up, knocked out. Like, call the sheriff, knocked out.
We got an app for that.
Propofol. Like Michael Jackson.
Like, give me the good stuff.
Is it because you're just so convinced that it would be your flight of all of the flights?
No, it is 100% fearing the fear.
Okay.
I really don't think I'm going to crash.
But you don't want to deal with the anxiety.
Yes.
No,
yes.
I get it. I have that problem with the dentist. I've only had one really bad experience at the dentist.
When the guy put the other guy's tooth in your mouth?
2 bad experiences at the dentist. I forgot about that one. That was not great either. But it's never like a horrible experience. You know, they numb you up. You don't really even feel anything when you're there.
Doing.
They know what they're doing. But I'm so terrified of it that I don't make the appointments that I probably need because it's like I don't want to feel the terror that I'm going to feel or whatever, which is stupid, but I can't help it.
Yeah.
I understand.
Then lately I've been having a little bit of healthcare anxiety.
Really?
Yeah, which I've never had, thank God. I have a few friends who have it really bad, and I still don't have it where it's like, oh, did you hear that Nancy has COVID? Oh, my God, I have COVID. I'm not like that. It's more like big, terrible things. Like I have a few people in my life going through cancer treatment now, and I can honestly say I've never worried about it. It's not something I just kind of knew I would never get it. Does that make sense? But now suddenly I'm like, well, that's a stupid thought to have. Like what? Based on what you're not going to get it? Of course you could. And so I just had like this rude awakening over the weekend. I think because I've always had this unnatural thought that I won't get it, and that went away, and suddenly I'm like, well, here we go. Here we go. It's a terrible way to live your life, Kev.
Yeah, let's say it sounds rough.
Yeah, I'm sorry you're going through that. That's not good. It's not good.
It's not good.
Yeah, and if you can remind yourself that worrying about it is not going to save you from anything or help you if it is in fact true.
Dude, I've tried it all.
One of the most helpful things I've ever seen is this like 4-leg chart that's like the gist of the chart is to illustrate to you that if you worry about something and then it doesn't happen, you're suffering, and if you worry about it and then it does happen, you're suffering twice as much as you need to. And if you don't worry about it and it doesn't happen, then you're not suffering at all. But if you worry, no matter what happens, you're giving yourself that suffering. Yeah. And it's helped me a fair amount to keep telling myself that over and over again.
I get that, and I honor that, and I've done 20 years of therapy, and that was useful. But, like, Phoebe has that thing where she passes out when she gets her blood taken.
Mm.
You can tell her it's going to be fine as much as you want.
Sure.
And it doesn't help her feel any better. And I'm not afraid of lots of things, and people are. And you can tell them, like, why are you so afraid of trains? Why are you so afraid of dogs? They're, you know, but it just, if it's your thing, it just doesn't help. Yeah, it just doesn't help. Okay. On the plus side, I'm really good at the hat game at Busch Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I've seen you do it.
Yes.
Undisputed champ.
You should go pro.
No one tries harder than me.
Dave's locking
there's
in.
not a 10-year-old kid in that stadium who's tracking it harder than me.
TikTok brain goes out the window, and Dave is able to hyper focus.
Absolutely.
Here's a few questions for you from California Psychics. Do your workdays seem to go on forever? Is your career progression as fast as downtown traffic? Or does your boss still not know your name?
Hey, you, Tina, Lisa, Sheila, whatever. Get that report to me by lunch, okay? It's Carrie, ma'am. Just get it done, Terry.
It's time to read the career warning signs and talk to California Psychics. We're always on hand to give you the career guidance you need. You see, we only connect you with the very best. In fact, 98% of the psychics who apply to work with us don't make the grade. That's why we can guarantee if your reading isn't life-changing, it's free. So you could soon be telling your boss where to stick that report.
Where are you going, Terry? Terry!
Experience the joy of certainty. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just $20.
Tell you guys about Susan L. Ward. If you are facing divorce, if you're thinking about divorce, maybe you were divorced 10 years ago, but it has reared its ugly head again. Maybe you didn't account for who was going to pay for college. Maybe you did the classic, I'll pay for half of whatever Mizzou costs when our kids go to college, but someone got into Harvard or Yale and someone wants to make an exception. Whatever it is, wherever it is, within the sound of my voice, the state of Missouri, Susan L. Ward can and will take care of it. She is just as good at being a divorce attorney as anyone I know is at anything, and I know quite a few people are sort of journeyman masters at what they do, and Susan L. Ward is certainly on that very short list. You can get a free consultation. My advice, write down your top 5 or 10 questions. They can be very specific. If you say, like, look, we have a 401k with $600,000. I make this much. She makes that much. We have 2 kids, blah, 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 blah. She will be able to give you a very good idea of what you're looking at a year or two down the road. 314-783-9400, stlfamilylaw.com.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine, and you could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt, but you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market for a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Well, not with Truehold. With Truehold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. And listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. So that's Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You cash out your entire home's value and stay put. Truehold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. So imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt and stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. You get an all-cash offer now by calling 1-855-300-9993. You can also visit Truehold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight. We are visiting with Dr. Premal Thacker.
I think the key is recognizing symptoms and not ignoring them to say, oh, I think that's going to go away. So I highly encourage anyone who's listening, if they're having abnormal bleeding or hasn't seen their gynecologist in a while, to really make that appointment to ensure that you're getting the best health.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, please visit siteman.wustl.edu.
KMOX is everywhere. 1120 a.m. Streaming live on the Odyssey app and now at 104.1 FM.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. I am literally, physically relieved that it's September. I know that we can get to the 90s again. I'm hoping we don't. But just something about the member months and just, I just feel like a little kid when you're in the middle of the pool and you're panicking to get to the side of the pool. Like, okay, I made it. It's September.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, this weather has been so nice. It could not feel more like, I have to go to school after this.
Yeah.
Like when I'm outside in the mornings, I'm like, I got to go get on the bus. Like,
When am I going to get my trapper keeper?
So true. Isn't that funny how strong that bond is?
Oh, yeah.
That memory of that. It's so true.
Do you guys remember, like, particularly in September, going to school and in the morning it was so cold, but it was like, well, I'm not going to wear a jacket because it's going to be
The eternal
hot by
fight.
recess. I don't want to lug that around all day. So you're shivering, trying to make it work.
So, Wheels, when I was in grade school, I had these pajamas. They were St. Louis Football Cardinals pajamas. They were yellow, and they were the tightest thing any man's ever had on his body. So you could pretty much do a physical exam of me if you get the idea. And I'm a little kid, and I would wear them to school. And you can't wear tight-fitting pajamas to fourth grade. And so they would call my mom, and she would come get me, and I'd get in trouble again. And my dad would give me the, you're a little freak talk. And so then I started hiding my pajamas in the bushes, and I would change on the,
What was it about them?
I just thought they made me look cool.
So it was just more. It was a total vibes thing.
It was affirmative.
Gotcha.
It wasn't like I'm a real freak here.
Yeah, you were just I like them, and
they just don't get it.
Yeah.
Everyone will be wearing these next year.
I get you.
Yeah,
I get you. You were just ahead of your time.
Yes, I was. In many ways.
Look at all the youngs now. They rock around with their PJs all the time.
That's right.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dave was just early.
Yep.
Always early. Always early. Young people say that hard work no longer leads to any sort of gain.
Interesting.
I think that's a bit overgeneralized, but I understand completely the view. Because what is it? I mean, what's the pattern been a lot lately? It's not 100%, but what's the pattern? You get a place, you get a good job, you work really hard, you get a couple promotions, and then you get too expensive, you get let go.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if you're in their generation, and maybe that happened to your dad or your mom, or you're seeing it with other people around you. I mean, it's hard to argue with the logic, even though again, none of it is 100%, right? Because if you don't work your ass off, you ain't getting anywhere. I can promise you that. If you do, at least there's a chance you will.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
No one's just going to find you and give you stuff.
That's exactly right. Like if you decide it's not worth working, well, then you're just deciding you ain't making anything. You'll be at the level that you're at.
Yeah.
If you don't put time into it, there's no chance. But I get what the point is. Like, why go extra when I don't get extra?
I think a lot of it too, and we've talked about this any number of times on the show, is that so my dad worked for a company. He was a union carpenter, but a lot of people from that era worked for companies, got the gold watch, got the retirement, got the pension, had loyalty. Loyalty went back and forth. That seems to have died on the vine. I mean, I'm sure it still happens. People still love their company and feel like they have their back, but I don't feel like that's the rule anymore.
Sometimes I think you work for a company and you don't feel like the company loves you.
Like Odyssey.
And I'm not calling out any companies here, but if you don't feel like the company loves you, it can be hard to be like, you start feeling like a chump. Then you start feeling like a simp or something.
Yeah.
I'm not simping for the company that doesn't love me back. Come on now.
I mean, it's been this isn't even just like anecdotal stuff from younger workers. It's been studied that the only way, well, not the only way, but the primary way now to improve your work situation is to change jobs, because there isn't upward mobility the way that there used to be. So if you want to go up, you've got to take your resume and your experience and go to a place that's offering more or has a better job, and then companies wonder why people won't stay and keep leaving. Well, people want a chance to move up, man. You want a chance to, even if it's not in title, you want to be able to make more money. You want to be able to maybe grab some more vacation days. Otherwise, what's the point of staying in a place?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's going to be so weird, isn't it? To like when we retire, to watch what happens next and be able to really just watch. Although we can't just watch because we have kids.
Yeah.
So we'll be invested in the
we're
game.
always, yeah.
Man, if I didn't have these silly kids, I would just be judging everyone.
You
and
just sounded
look at
like
everything falling apart.
He just sounded like a Scooby-Doo villain. If it weren't for these damn kids.
Now, not only do I have to worry about my life, I have to worry about their life. It's a sucker's bet, I tell you.
Yeah.
So you had a good tennis today?
I did. I had a great tennis today. Great morning.
You've come a long way.
I have. I really have. Sometimes
been transformative.
Well, yes, and a lot of lately, I find myself comparing to last summer, and it's leaps and bounds. I have made leaps and bounds. I'm not good at tennis by any means, but I have gotten much better, and it's very satisfying.
It's
It's cool.
Yeah, to do something physical that seems impossible and improve at it is one of life's great pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
And frustrations when you don't improve the way you think you should.
Mm-hmm.
Or when you hit your ceiling, like we were talking about today. Your talent ceiling.
And in the big things.
Do you think it's possible to break a talent ceiling, or do you think a ceiling is a ceiling?
You know what? Don't answer that. Let's ask Ricky that. That is a great question. It's a great question. Yeah.
I think preview answer, I don't know that it's the same for everything.
Yeah.
I think in some places it is possible, and I think in other areas it's not impossible. But like for example, I'm never outrunning. No matter what I do, no matter how hard I worked, I was never going to be Usain Bolt.
Yeah, I'm not dunking a basketball.
There's no chance I was ever going to be able to run like that. Just physiologically, you can give me the best nutrition and training from the time I was 3 years old. I was never going to run like that.
Matthew online says, you all get paid to have group therapy for 4 hours, but it's not private. Truer words. So true. Tell you guys about First Missouri Credit Union. And yes, I'm probably going to do basically the same live that I always do, because as I say a lot with these live endorsements, when a client has a distinct thing, that's what I try to go with. I don't want to bury the lead. I don't want to distract. I don't want to try to be silver-tongued, and it doesn't have any effect on you at all. So credit unions are like much nicer banks. The people are nicer. They're more laid back. They don't give you that bank look. We all know that look where everything is like, you need to justify your existence to me, why I'm going to do this thing for you. With credit unions, it's the opposite. Certainly as a First Missouri, you put $25 in a checking account. You are an owner, you're a member, and you're going to be treated as such. We give better rates when you borrow. We give better rates when you invest. For example, 4.27% on our checking account alone, up to $100,000. 2 locations down on Lee May Ferry, 314-544-5050, the number 1S, TMOCU.org.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Dave Murray's weather forecast is sponsored by SNL Coins.
We have a reinforcing cold front on the way coming through Wednesday evening. But we're ahead of that front the next 2 days. So 82 this afternoon, partly sunny skies. Tonight, mostly clear, nice evening again. 62 Wednesday, partly sunny. Wednesday's the warmest day of the week ahead of that front, 87 degrees with a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday night, but the cool front is through. The northwest flow opens up 56 Wednesday night. Ooh, and how about Thursday? Boy, what a top 10 day. Partly to mostly sunny. The high temperature actually struggling to get to 70 degrees Thursday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
The Martins came over, we were having spaghetti when we suddenly noticed that we started getting sweaty. So we grabbed the keys and we ate it in the van. That's what my friend said, call Jerry Kelly, man, JerryKelly.com. Give him a call even though it's late, JerryKelly.com.
Earlier today, I was talking with a friend about something they have coming up this holiday season, and I said, it's going to be here before you know it. And I know I'm right. I mean, we just had Labor Day weekend. Kids are back in school. You're going to blink, and it's going to be the holiday season. Plan your holidays with Schnucks. I am on Schnucks.com right now. Actually, Schnucks.com/hosting guide. There are so many great ideas and just like starters for if you don't know what you're going to do this holiday season. Let's say you're hosting an event. Where should I get started? Schnucks will help you get started. Whether you need to pick up something from the bakery, from the deli, from the floral section, you can count on Schnucks. They're going to have something for you, and they're going to come with some great ideas, too. If maybe you're not feeling so creative, you're burnt out, you got a lot of stuff going on, go check out the Schnucks website, see what kind of suggestions they have, and then you can put your own spin on it. Plus, you want to make sure you have that Schnucks Rewards app downloaded. That way you can earn 2% cash back on every single purchase. Go download it today. It's called the Schnucks Rewards app.
I hear from sellers all the time that they fear they have missed out on the selling market. They are so relieved to learn September, October, and November are strong selling months. With low inventory and hopefully lower interest rates, this fall will be a hot one for real estate. I'm Christina Straight, owner of Straight Realty. You may have heard me say, why pay more than 4 for years? Now it's why pay more than 2, saving you even more money. Call me 314-441-4444. And remember, why pay more than 2?
Straight Realty is a licensed broker in the state of Missouri, Kansas, and Nevada.
We all have someone we love, like the favorite lyric in our favorite song. You can't imagine life without them. So tell them today, I love you. Get screened. It could help save their life. Visit cancer.org/getscreened to learn more.
Today, the Cards, the Athletics,
Ameren Total Access 550.
Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Our conversation with Ricky Horton is brought to you by Goodwill. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Welcome back, guys. DG Ask 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. Ricky Horton joins us. Hello, Rick.
Hey, Dave. Happy day to you. How is everything?
Everything's good. I had another Ricky Horton day yesterday at the ballpark.
Oh, you did?
Remember when I had the seats right below you?
Yes.
So I went to the game yesterday. I had the exact same seats. And I get there. I always get there early. I like the pregame stuff. And the lady behind me is talking to her husband or whoever will listen. And she goes, I didn't even have to catch a foul ball. Ricky Horton just gave me this one. I'm like, pardon me?
So did she tell you why I gave her the ball? Did she tell you that?
She did in great detail, and I just kept getting pisser and pisser.
So just to let your audience know, I had several papers sitting up on the ledge in the broadcast booth, getting ready, and I'm taking a phone call, and I look out, and several of those papers go flying out of the booth down below, and I'm like, uh-oh. And I didn't even know what they were. I couldn't remember where I put what I put in that particular stack. And I looked down below, and this kind lady is running them all down for me. And I thought, what a nice thing for her to do. So that's why I gave her a ball.
That was very nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
It's a good move.
Still made me jealous.
Dave, did you pick up any papers?
No, but I was like, those are my papers to pick up.
I know you would have helped me if you would have been there at that. Saw that
100%.
moment. Yeah, you would have. Yeah, 100%.
Rick, the first Dave question of the day, and I understand that there are a gazillion ways this could go depending on the player and the pitcher and the coach and everything. But in general, we've all seen it happen a million times over our lives of watching baseball. In general, what are the mound visits like? What's the conversation like when the pitching coach comes out?
Yeah, I mean, well, they can vary a little bit, and I think it varies on the personality of the pitcher because, they know each other so well. The pitching coach by this time has had how many conversations with any given pitcher, going back to spring training, for goodness sake. So, they're kind of like big brother, teacher, mentor, everything with them and motivator. And so it's like, well, what does he need? You end up knowing what they need. And so you try to kind of cater your comments to that. Sometimes it's mechanical. I always felt like the best thing a pitching coach could do with mechanics is tell you just one thing. Don't tell me 10 things. Because imagine, you're on a golf course, you're trying to fix your swing and they tell you 10 things. Well, which one worked? I don't know. I mean, you can only kind of get that trigger thing straight. And so I thought Mike Rourke, who was our pitching coach back in the 80s, was phenomenal at doing that. And sometimes it's just kind of getting them to think about what's next, getting them past the bad thing that has caused me to come out here and talk to you anyway. And let's just talk about the next guy, because sometimes that reorients your mind.
Yeah, it was always an interesting thing to figure out on the catcher's side, but because it wasn't the big leagues and we didn't have limits on visits or anything like that. So you knew some guys needed that, what you're talking about, like get focused on the next thing, stop worrying about what's over. Some guys needed you to point out a girl in the stands to get their mind off of being angry. Other guys needed you to get out there and bark at them a little bit. And it's just we kind of get a feel for what they're needing.
I had that job in high school. We had a pitcher in high school who was like nervous beyond like big time nervous guy, and he's still a really good friend of mine. And except he would get kind of panicky, threw hard, but kind of was like, big serious situation. And the coach had it worked out with me. I played first base when I didn't pitch. For me to go when he was getting nervous, go over to him and tell him a joke, and that was my job to go tell him a joke. And to talk about some of the girls that were in the stands watching him and, kind of go there. And the idea was he just needed to get off of the tension of the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And, so that kind of sounds like, Bull Durham a little bit, but that's kind of how it was. And so my favorite catcher was Michael Valier in this regard, because his favorite thing to do, because he was very cerebral, kind of the guy that could do the New York Times crossword puzzle in 5 minutes. He'd come out and say, okay, now which way do you want to get this guy out? I know you can do it a couple of different ways. Which way do you want to go? And it's like, so there's multiple ways I can get this guy out.
That's
and
great.
he thinks that. So that really helped me confidence-wise.
Yeah.
Rick, the next question, I wish I could take credit for it because I think it's an interesting one, but it's actually from Andrew. Wheels and I were having that classic old athlete discussion about when he realized he wasn't the best guy on his college team, or when I realized I wasn't going to play soccer in college XYZ. And I called it the talent ceiling. And Andrew asked, can the talent ceiling be breached? So we wanted to ask you that question.
Yeah, I think so. I think you break through it. I mean, kudos to Andrew. How about that? Andrew coming up big with the question. I'll still give you credit for it, Dave, but an assist to Andrew on that because you asked it so well. But I feel like when I went to college, I was just a dude. I was not kind of one of the main guys. I was the fifth starter, and I just and I would say I was on several teams where I wasn't very well. Not a lot of expectations for me. And so I think you can kind of break through a ceiling and sometimes that's finding a new pitch. Sometimes that's just getting better. Sometimes that's developing, getting stronger. It could be a whole bunch of things, learning more about the craft. I mean, I think that's very possible to kind of break through kind of those expectations, but eventually, that runs out. You run out of your bag of tricks.
Right.
When I was trying to stay in the big leagues after my career was on the decline, I literally tried everything to break through, and nothing was working. So that I was at my ceiling.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of Ricky. My answer was that there are a lot of things where the ceiling can be broken or pushed through, and there are other things that it ain't happening.
That's right.
Right,
Yeah.
and it's every skill is different. So like the analogy I used was, I was born 5'8". I was never ever biologically going to run like Usain Bolt, no matter what nutrition I had, no matter what training I had, no matter when I started. I was never going to be that.
You can't wake up and be taller. You can't wake up and be faster. I mean, I couldn't wake up and throw 95. I mean, would have liked to have done that, but couldn't. So, so then there's another way to break through that ceiling, and that could be, developing a new pitch or being more deceptive or whatever it might be from a pitcher's point of view. And hitters do the same thing. So, I think all athletes do that. You find your little niche that works, that your little advantage. And, there are guys pitching in the big leagues right now. I think of Brent Suter, who, went to Harvard, and he's in his mid-30s wheels, I think. So, and the dude throws, 85 miles an hour, and he quick pitches. He does all kinds of goofy motions, and he does all kinds of things to get people out and stay in the game when you would never pick him out of a crowd.
But if he was right-handed, he would have been run out of the game a long
good
time ago.
Good point. How about the guy that plays on the Athletics? I'm kind of hoping this happens in the series either today or tomorrow. The guy that plays in the outfield, he throws left-handed, and when he plays in the infield, he throws right-handed. He's actually ambidextrous. And, I mean, I got to see that guy play today. I mean, that would be really fun to watch that.
Boy, we ran into a buzzsaw yesterday, didn't we?
Yes, that was not fun. I mean, that was really a tough day. I mean, we're all celebrating a holiday and having fun at the ballpark, and a nice crowd, and Nikki Glazer Day, and I had Greg Warren was up in the booth with us. And we had comedy galore, but it wasn't very funny what was going on. It was just an ugly game.
Yeah, I mean the kid Morales is very gifted.
Yeah,
you can see why he was a $3 million amateur signing out of Cuba. And I mean, you can see why. I mean, he's 97, 98 the whole time with good off-speed stuff, and he actually threw strikes. But, I was telling the guys off the air earlier, Rick, this A's lineup can really hit. Like, in 2 years when they move into Vegas, that team's going to be a lot of fun. And yesterday, you had two of their best players weren't even in the lineup.
Yeah.
You didn't have
They-
Langeliers
they-
in the lineup or Nick Kurtz, and Kurtz is
Not
one of the best
Kurtz.
hitters in the sport.
Absolutely, and so for them to be, and I actually got through, talking with Chip Carey's son about this, who does their games. It's not like they're playing in a minor league park, and that's why they have big home run numbers, because they actually hit more of them on the road.
Right,
so
right.
so it's not that. I mean, it's real. It's real what they're doing, and they just flat out couldn't pitch. I mean, for most of the year.
Right.
But if they get these young guys in and can fill in some holes, they'll compete in the West.
Rick, do you see anything with Sonny? Anything structural, or you think he's tired?
Mistakes. I see mistakes from him. I mean, and it's not mistakes like, that are like obvious, crazy, stare you in the face mistakes, but just location issues that, and that's basically what he said too after the game. But it's like, you got a free swinging team that's got a lot of power, and you throw a first pitch fastball middle in to a guy that, maybe that's all he can hit. And it's like, okay, you're trying to trick them, but you ended up not doing it. You tried to get ahead, but you didn't do that either. And so I think they kind of ambushed him a little bit. And so, Sonny's not been as precise in certain games, and I think that's what hurts him.
What's interesting, Rick, because you bring this up all the time, and I think about it all the time when I'm watching a guy. He had command yesterday. I'm sorry, he had control yesterday. He didn't have command.
Right.
He can throw it over the plate.
That's interesting.
Because he doesn't walk anybody. That's one of his greatest strengths.
It's funny because somebody on Twitter was responding to something I said and said, "What do you mean he has command? Yeah, he's throwing strikes, but he's not getting people out, so command doesn't matter." It's like, no, command is not controlled, and I think that's a great thing that you bring up. And it was a very good comment from that I saw on social media, and I understand what they were saying. But the point is, command is more than just control. It's not just throwing strikes; it's throwing strikes where you want it and set up with movement. I mean, you are commanding the strike zone. That is my strike zone, and I'm going to do things in there that you are not expecting, and that's what Sonny's really good at most of the time, and it just didn't work yesterday.
Yeah, if you for those that haven't listened to the way it's described by insiders like you, Ricky, because when you hear the insiders, it's normal language, but maybe for
that's
fans,
right.
fans control is, if you picture that box on TV, you can throw it in there regularly. That's control.
Hey. Nikki Glaser threw a strike yesterday. Nikki Glaser had control.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want her pitching.
You ever see those graphics online? You can see them where that big box, the strike zone, is divided into 9. 3 high zones, 3 middle, 3 low.
Yeah.
Being able to work in those little 9 boxes, that's command.
Yeah, and actually not staying in the same spot, not throwing at the same speed, not making sure there's late movement. All of those things are part of it.
All right, buddy. Have a great game tonight.
Great to chat with you guys. Enjoy.
It doesn't take a lot to make a big difference.
That's why we've teamed up with Jerry Kelly Heating and Cooling to bring you 100 acts of kindness.
For the next 6 months, the Chris and Amy Show is challenging you to spread kindness in simple, meaningful ways. No big budget needed.
Write a thank you note, help a neighbor, surprise someone with a smile. It all counts.
Let's prove that kindness is contagious. Share your acts with us by using hashtag 100KindActs.
Because a little kindness goes a long way.
Do you know that by donating your gently used items to Goodwill, you're not only giving those items a new life, but you're helping people right here in your community enrich their lives with meaningful work? Your donations support Goodwill's mission of helping people with barriers to employment to be able to get rewarding jobs which provide not only a paycheck, but a very important sense of purpose. Your donations really do change lives. Give hope, give local, give Goodwill.
Cardinals fans, join the conversation at Busch Stadium with some of your favorite former Cardinals. With the Cardinals Conversations presented by Edward Jones, you'll hear from former Cardinals such as Ozzie Smith, Ted Simmons, Ray Lankford, David Eckstein, or David Freese. Each conversation hosted by Cardinals announcers Chip Carey or Brad Thompson. Your experience also will include a ticket to the game, a pre-signed photo, and the opportunity to take your photo with the featured player. Get your tickets today at cardinals.com/conversations.
Hi, this is Charlie Brennan. I see clearly now thanks to the doctors, Greg Birdie, Ranjan Malhotra, Robert Brusati, and Andy Royer. You can too. YourIDoc.com.
At Tax Relief Advocates, we get it. Thinking about back taxes to the IRS can be very unsettling. Don't lose hope. With thousands of 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, TRA is resolving taxpayers' delinquent tax problems nationwide once and for all. We could significantly reduce and even eliminate what you owe the IRS. If you haven't filed your taxes in years or are already facing collections, we can help. We aren't just some run-of-the-mill tax service company. We specialize in helping individuals and businesses with $10,000, $50,000, or even $500,000 in back taxes get speedy resolution. And in many cases, only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. The IRS isn't going anywhere, and neither is your tax problem. To see what tax relief you qualify for, visit TRA.com or call 800-335-8578. 800-335-8578. Again, that's 800-335-8578. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Tell you guys about Neovitin. Been doing Neovitin now for about as long as they've been in operation. Tommy and his dad came to me those many years ago. They were in 1 or 2 mom and pop pharmacies with Neovitin, the multivitamin, and we hatched a plan together, the 3 of us, to get them into Schnucks. And they went into Schnucks and Deerbergs and all the local companies. Then they went regional. Then they went into Illinois. Then they went into Iowa. And now they are, by all practical purposes, a national company. I can tell you from my time with Schnucks, with my Foxpaw company that fixed phones, and later with Walmart, that you don't get into these places at all unless you're really good and you can make them money. And the way they make money is by moving product off the shelves. People buy Neovitin week after week after month after year after decade, and they wouldn't do that if it weren't helping them. So it's all of the nutrients and multivitamins and antioxidants that our doctors think that you need, none of them that you don't. Again, you can find it at neovitin.com or go to your local Schnucks store.
Hi, Debbie Monterey here with Gloria Liu, owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. We've worked together for more than 5 years, and I've learned a lot about you and your business. Today, I actually found out a few things I didn't know, like your home sales stats. Compared to the average agent who sells less than 4 to 6 homes a year, you actually sell a home just about every other day. And even more impressive, your business has been built on giving back to our local community, including supporting St. Louis Children's Hospital.
Thank you. Every business should have a Go Serve Big initiative. When someone makes a referral, they're helping our communities, including St. Louis Children's Hospital, which is very special to me and my family because they helped me when I had my son many years ago. Today, sellers want to sell with certainty in this uncertain market. My upfront written guarantees are my secret to selling your home fast and for top dollar.
Friends, the secret is out. Call Gloria now at 314-325-6888, 314-325-6888, or GloriaHasTheBuyers.com. Gloria and seller must agree on price and possession date.
Welcome back, DGS. A few minutes shy of 2 p.m. Happy Tuesday. So you have something?
Oh yeah. So this has been a thing for the past hour for me. I'm not typically one to covet thy neighbor's donkey, wife, whatever the Bible says. I'm not one to.
You're not a coveter.
Yeah, I see the blessings that my friends have been given, and I feel very happy for them for it. The one exception thus far in my life has been Rachel's new chair.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I want that chair so bad.
Yeah,
I am so jealous of this chair.
We got to do this like you do in like public parks. You got to get a chain and tie it to that place so nobody leaves with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because nice things in this room tend to leave.
Let's go backwards. We have terrible chairs in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
They don't match. They're missing arms. They're just rattle traps.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're getting new chairs. In fact, I think they're here.
Oh,
but Rage has like the Captain Kirk chair.
It's nice,
and it's really nice.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was telling Matt and Tom earlier. I feel like I don't deserve this. Like it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, we couldn't agree more.
We just all deserve them as well.
Well, and I also want to make clear to the audience, this is not my chair. It's just the chair at the place where
Yours is the only butt in it.
Yeah, for now.
Sure. I mean, no, y'all sat in it. Wheels didn't sit in it.
No.
Sit in it, but
boy, why did Pajeski get bookers on that one?
He was not the booger man.
He wasn't.
I don't know where that
That's
booger
the new
came
nickname
from.
I'm going to have for him now, though.
No, Rachel absolutely deserves the chair. And again, I'm looking at her blessing, and I'm not trying to think why not me, but I cannot. I see it. It just looks so darn comfortable.
Maybe
it also kind of looks like a medical chair sometimes. the way the headrest is.
Just waiting for her to say, "Take us to warp speed,
Yeah,
Scotty."
I feel like Professor. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you do have a little. That's got a little Xavier with that headrest.
Yeah.
Did you forget his one-letter name?
No, I just
Like
said
Professor
that's-
G or whatever.
He didn't want to be
Well,
like.
yeah, I didn't want to be like, yeah.
I look as cool as that guy in the wheelchair.
Well, okay, so when I was saying that it looks almost like a medical chair, I was thinking that at certain points today I have looked and Rachel's kind of sitting in it like, I don't know, she looks like Stephen Hawking or something.
Wow. You don't have to worry
It's
about
a
Rachel.
very
Because
high-backed chair.
It's super high backed and it has the same headrest style that his chair had at one point, and so I just keep looking at it and thinking, Rachel's got a Stephen Hawking.
You two just want to keep going back and forth on this one?
Well, I feel like these chairs are coming for everyone. I highly doubt they just ordered one chair for the whole place, right?
I bet they only bought one of those chairs.
Well,
that
does
would
that
be
chair
weird where I sit, right? Like, because I have the lower table, it'd be like super strange.
Yeah, Dave can get that chair, but I think unless that chair can go way, way lower, like these mics don't raise, so
Well, this
Kevin's
table
kind of
doesn't either. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised Ranji didn't grab your chair and put it here.
yeah,
That's because Matt gets to the studio first.
Yeah, but Ranji can pull rank over Matt.
I don't know. He might have to fight Matt for that chair.
yeah.
Could be a
So
good
you
fight.
might have to. Nah, my money's on Matt.
Yeah, Matt's got a mustache now.
He does?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's different now.
I didn't see it.
I know. I looked at him in the face for the first time in like 3 weeks, and I was like, ah!
Poor Matt.
No kidding.
He's just super nice
He
every
is,
time
like-
we do the switch over, and it's like,
he's-
you know
No,
what?
I don't see him that much. I only see him for like 10 seconds a day typically, and it's when we're switching over in here.
He is
And I'm
literally
doing stuff during that time.
Literally the greatest.
Matt?
Yes.
He's nice.
Yeah, he's the
He's a
greatest.
good kid.
Yes. He's my son.
Hell of a mustache.
Yeah.
You said that.
Hell of a mustache.
It is kind of I haven't seen. How did I not? I saw him and I didn't see it.
Yeah. You ever had a mustache for any length of time?
Not like for like 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Because I'll do it when I'm shaving just to see what it looks like, and every time it's like, oh no.
The longest I did it was the one and only time I really have changed my beard look was, 15 years ago. And I shaved it down to a mustache and a soul patch.
Okay.
That was a terrible
So
mistake.
like, isn't that weird though? Like, because what you have now is the classic goatee.
Yeah.
If you just took the bottom part off, you would think that was weird, even though it's like now it's like, yeah, that part's there already. Like it's
right.
Isn't that strange?
Facial hair is weird.
Yeah.
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 It's one of the last things my mom ever said to me. She looked up from her deathbed and called me close and said, "You'd look so much younger if you shaved that beard off." Mm-hmm.
I don't even know. I mean, not to disparage what she was saying, I don't even know if that would be true.
Oh, I think everyone looks worse when they shave their beards off.
Do you?
I think so. Unless you're just like a handsome man. You know, if you can just like pull off any look at all.
Yeah.
Beards hide a lot of problems.
Sure do.
I've never had the focus to get through the itchy part.
Yeah. It's been a while since I grew a full beard.
Yeah.
I
I just
used to do it every
basically
winter.
put off shaving for as long as I can and then do it.
I have trouble. I've got fat face. So when I gain weight, it goes straight to my pumpkin cheeks first. And so when I
I
grow
don't
up,
know why it makes me laugh when you say it that way.
it's because my head looks like a pumpkin.
I don't think
it's
it
time for
does.
Halloween. When my beard grows and it grows straight out, it just adds an illusion that the pumpkin is like there's frost on the pumpkin now, so my face looks even fatter. Hear me out on this.
You have definitely thought this through.
Oh. As soon as I turned on Mike Bush, I'm like, oh, yeah.
Here
It's a pumpkin day.
Here, I'm like, I'm just avoiding a task because I don't want to shave. And
It's
you're
a
like,
pumpkin day. Tell you guys about BioBalance Health and BioBalance Skin. Bottom line with Dr. Maupin is if you want to look better and feel better inside and out, outside and in, she's got you covered. So inside out, they do the bioidentical hormone replacement pellets, which I've been getting for 6 years now. For guys, it's every 6 months, although I'm a couple months over on mine. And for ladies, it's usually every 4 to 5 months. It's not a big deal. It takes about 10 minutes to get the pellets inserted. Doesn't hurt, you don't bruise or anything like that. And you just feel so much better in the bedroom, in the boardroom, in the gym, at work. And then BioBalance Skin right next door. You just make your face look better. You know, Botox or chemical peels or things like that. However simple and easy or a little more lasting you want to make it. For all things Dr. Maupin, go to biobalancehealth.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. We can reawaken any space to make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Calling all future sportscasters. Sharpen your skills and learn from the best of the Missouri Broadcasters Association Sportscasters Forum, Tuesday, September 16th in St. Louis. Join Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and the legendary John Rooney, the voice of the Cardinals, for insider sessions on play-by-play, interviewing, reporting, and more. Then cap the day with a Cards-Reds game at Busch Stadium. Open to college students and broadcasting pros, just $10 for students, lunch and a game ticket. Space is limited. Register by September 2nd at MissouriBroadcasters.org.
Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-525-7718. 800-525-7718. 800-525-7718.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson. Paid for by Action Matters. Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
Attention parents of children who have used the gaming platform known as Roblox. If your child was a victim of sexual abuse or harm of any kind while using the Roblox platform, you may be entitled to compensation. Roblox is facing multiple high-profile lawsuits, including an ongoing class action, alleging it failed to protect users from foreseeable dangers that led to the grooming, exploitation, and sexual abuse of minors on the platform. Claims allege Roblox turned a blind eye to predators, unsafe games, and deceptive monetization practices that targeted children. Victims were contacted through in-game chats and coerced into private conversations on third-party apps. If you believe your child may have been a victim of grooming, sexual abuse, or harm of any kind while using the Roblox platform, you may be entitled to a cash settlement. Text our helpline now to find out if you have a viable compensation claim against Roblox. Text GONE to 32 32 32. That's GONE to 32 32 32. GONE to 32 32 32.
Winner of the National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news. KMOX AM St. Louis, KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 2 o'clock, we've got a partly cloudy sky. It's 80 degrees downtown at the Arch. Happening right now at the White House. Speakers on the relocation of the headquarters of U.S. Space Command from Colorado to Alabama.
But you made it right. So I want to just say thank you again for a grateful nation and to the state of Alabama.
We'll continue to monitor this and bring you anything else that comes out of it. St. Louis County begins demolition of over 200 homes in the Castle Point neighborhood.
If you're thinking this announcement sounds familiar, it's not without reason. County Executive Sam Page first signed the bill to commit these ARPA funds nearly 3 years ago.
Last week, the County Council committed $11 million of federal funds so that we can make some real headway in taking down some of our abandoned buildings.
That was 2022. Asked now about the delay between allocating the funding and the first homes finally coming down, Page blames red tape.
Those restrictions were too constricting, and everywhere they delayed the use of those funds.
Page says they hope to tear down these problem properties in about a year and have set up a page on the county website to track their progress. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
Republican Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa announces she will not seek re-election next year.
After a tremendous amount of prayer and reflection, I will not be seeking re-election in 2026.
Correspondent Caitlin Huey-Burns says Congress is back in session and faces a deadline to fund the government.
Congress has to pass 12 appropriations bills. They're supposed to do that every year to allocate the money to be spent on government funding, and they rarely these days make that deadline. So they have until the end of this month, September 30th, to come up with a way to keep funding the government, or else it will shut down.
The Missouri Botanical Garden has a massive library of plant specimens. As KMOX's Megan Lynch tells us, some of them are just waiting to be identified.
Last year, the garden received an anonymous grant worth more than $14 million to digitize that entire library.
Dried plant specimens collected from around the world from throughout the past several centuries. We have around 8 million specimens in our collection. We're one of the largest herbarium in the world.
Matthew Austin is curator of the garden's biodiversity data. He says it's believed only half of the Earth's total plant species are known to science. A good chunk of those waiting to be identified are sitting in collections like theirs. The 6-year project will use AI to build tools to automatically identify specimens based on how light is reflected off of leaves. It could create a worldwide standard for plant identification, which in turn could lead to new scientific advancements. Megan Lynch, KMOX News.
The KMOX Business Desk, a fast food price war could be coming to a drive-thru near you. Here's Jason Brooks.
McDonald's announced it's bringing back extra value meals in an attempt to win over price-squeezed consumers, with a growing number of Americans in the August Consumer Sentiment Survey saying they're cutting back on dining out to make ends meet. The extra value meals include hash browns and coffee with breakfast, while the lunch and dinner meals include fries and a drink. McDonald's last summer launched its $5 meal deal, and the McValue platform debuted earlier this year in an effort to attract consumers.
The Dow from Stifel's down 389 points to 45,155. We've got road work on 6440 East at Winghaven. Stalled vehicle 6440 East at Hampton, then right shoulder and emergency vehicles on 40 East at Chesterfield Airport Road.
We have a reinforcing cold front on the way coming through Wednesday evening. But we're ahead of that front the next 2 days, so 82 this afternoon, partly sunny skies. Tonight, mostly clear, nice evening again. 62 Wednesday, partly sunny. Wednesday's the warmest day of the week ahead of that front, 87 degrees with a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday night, but the cool front is through. The northwest flow opens up 56 Wednesday night. Ooh, and how about Thursday? Boy, what a top 10 day. Partly to mostly sunny. The high temperature actually struggling to get to 70 degrees Thursday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Terrace Senior Living of Eureka. We've got 80 downtown at the Arch. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
Check out the Terrace in Eureka for affordable senior living with 24-hour nursing supervision, delicious meals, medication management, and activities. The Terrace is affordable and will work with your Medicaid plan. Go to rspseniorliving.com and look for the Terrace Private Assisted Living.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. Weather is just great. Coming up this weekend on Saturday, the 6th. Why does that date stand out so much? Oh, that's right. It's my birthday.
Oh!
Everything cool's happening on my birthday.
What do you know?
There is going to be a walk for lupus, and we have Christy here, who's the regional director, Heartland Lupus Foundation of America. Nakia Montgomery is a regional ambassador, lupus warrior. So I'm assuming you have lupus and you've been dealing with this. Nice to meet both of you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
So I'm just going to start it out with 101. I think I have an idea, but I couldn't speak intelligently about it for 60 seconds. So tell us about lupus. What is it?
So yeah, lupus is an autoimmune disease. It's basically where your cells are fighting one another as opposed to fighting off anything that might come into your body. It affects people very differently. It affects all parts of your body. So not one lupus patient does not look like another lupus patient. And so it can affect all different parts and can oftentimes lead to the need for kidney transplants, things of that nature. And so it can be very debilitating and devastating for those living with it.
Is it really difficult to diagnose?
It is. We say on average it takes about 6 years for a diagnosis of lupus. Yes.
Wow.
Typically because it presents. It can present in a way that a typical doctor or even an ER doctor may or may not have experienced. They may not have done a rheumatology round, so they may not have the necessary education of lupus, and so that's why it can take so long. So they're just saying like, oh, you're having heart problems, but cardiologists aren't finding anything, or whatever the case may be. And so it can take a really long time.
So that must be a real double-edged sword that by the time you are diagnosed, you're happy that you're diagnosed, but you're not happy that it's been this long. You're not happy with what the diagnosis is.
Right.
So tell me about your story.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I'm going to say fortunate because my diagnosis didn't take as long. I probably took about 2 years to actually be diagnosed, and that sounds like a long time, but there's some that take 30 years, their entire lives. They spend it in pain. I was going into my senior year in high school, so not to tell on myself age-wise, but that's how long I've been dealing with it. And it showed up as body aches. I'd gone to Six Flags and felt like, okay, well, I just jolted around. I was on a roller coaster, and so that's what it is. And so you just kind of like tell yourself that it's these other things, but it went on for several weeks for me. Several weeks turned into several months, and then finally, after about a year and a half, I get the call that says, well, we finally figured it out. You have lupus. By the time I was diagnosed, however, I was going into renal failure. I was immediately taken to an emergency room, and then from that point on, it really changed the trajectory of my life. I was pumped up on really high-dose steroids because lupus has just now had medications that have specifically been developed for lupus specifically. And so at the time, I was treated with steroids and chemotherapy, all these different toxic medications just to get my flare under control, which that's when a person that has lupus has active lupus and is starting to take over their body or attack their organs. That's what a flare is.
Okay. Is it just idiosyncratic? You don't know who's going to develop it or why?
So with lupus, this is pretty much that. We don't have science that says it is specifically genetic. However, there are some genetic markers where a mom and daughter can have it, son and daughter, father and daughter can have it. So that has not been completely tested. However, Black and Hispanic women, we are 2 to 3 times more likely to have the disease. Women of childbearing age were more likely to start to show symptoms during those years, but it does not have an age and it does not have a gender. Men as well can also be diagnosed with lupus, which is something that we're really trying to talk about a lot more because I think that we're not really giving the men in the community who have this the voice that they need and give that support. So we're definitely trying to elevate that as well.
How is it now that you have medication specifically for it? Is it much better?
I think that we're doing a better job of diagnosing it. Platforms like this, so thank you so much for having us, are really great for getting awareness out there. Lupus looks like so many different types of autoimmune diseases because it has so many similar symptoms that the more we're aware and having these types of conversations, people can actually start to ask those questions, start to advocate for themselves and with their physicians to say, I've got these symptoms. You're telling me it's this, but I'm really not sure. Let's press towards, let's look into this lupus thing. We currently have Benlysta, and we are hoping to have other medications that would come through and be approved for the FDA. But again, this all comes down to funding.
Okay.
This is why we're having the Walk to End Lupus. This is why, government funding is so important. So some of the programs that are getting cut, that impacts us and that impacts our ability to get more research for a cure for this disease.
What is that like? You're the first person I've met who falls into this category. That when the administration did all this cutting and everyone's grumbling or everyone's super happy, but when it affects you, like what was that like seeing the news and knowing like this could affect my life?
Yeah, very frustrating. Very frustrating and concerning. And for me, it's that idea of this unknowing, right? It's already limited access to getting the research for the cure and getting the funds to help with that. But the idea that now we don't really have a reason as to why all of the funding was cut, and yet it's just gone. For me, I got into action. Lupus does something that's called an advocacy summit. And so I went for the first time this year in April to DC to share my voice and to share my story with our state officials right there at Capitol Hill. And so for me, I got into people need to know. People need to hear my story. It's very different when you look somebody in their face and they can see that, well, she looks fine, but now I'm telling you, lupus has taken part of my vision. Lupus has scarred my skin with various cellulitis and vasculitis. You wouldn't know looking at me, but I've had a hip replacement, and I was only in my early 20s. You know what I'm saying? I have had to learn how to walk again because of lupus. I mentioned my renal failure. These are all things that looking at me, you wouldn't know it. But when you sit in front of someone and you explain to them that what you see is not, you can't judge the book by its cover, right? And so advocating is something that turned on for me. And so I've been continuing to try to share my voice, get other people aware, and let them know how important it is to support so many of us that are fighting this disease. There's 5 million worldwide that are diagnosed with lupus. There's 1.5 million Americans that have this disease.
So, Christy, tell us more about Heartland Lupus Foundation. Once you guys get the money from events like this, what do you do?
Well, we do a number of things. Definitely research, as Nakia has mentioned. It's very, very critical. We're doing a lot of research across the country on trying to get more medications. As Nakia said, there's only a few medications right now that are actually treating lupus as a whole. So typically, if you've had lupus for a number of years, you have been on things like steroids and things like chemotherapy that have really horrible side effects. So then your drug arsenal becomes drugs just treating symptoms of what the drugs are causing, and you're not really getting a drug to actually deal with lupus itself. So that's really exciting, and there's a lot of research out there right now. Additionally, we do a lot of programming around our region covers all of Kansas, all of Missouri, and southern and central Illinois. So we do a lot of free educational programs. We have support groups. Nakia is actually our St. Louis support group leader as well. And so we're able to bring people together, and that funds all of that. We believe that education should be free, and you should have access to those things, and it should be free. And so money from the walk allows us to be able to do that and be able to provide people with the resources that they need in order to live their best life.
So let's talk about the walk. First of all, the weather's going to be perfect.
It's going to be so great.
75,
I know.
74 and sunny. That's great.
Yes.
We could not ask for better weather.
So
Yes.
what are the particulars? Where is it? What is it?
Sure. It's at Creve Coeur Park. It's this Saturday, as you mentioned. Registration will start at 9. The walk will start about 10. There are 1 mile options. You can also go all the way around the lake, which I think is a little over 3 miles if I remember correctly. But it's a really fun day. There's a kids area. We have a DJ that's going to be playing some good music. We've got all sorts of fun activities. We have a fire truck there, and some food trucks, and it's just a great time to come together and be a part of the community.
That's great. Well, we wish you luck.
Thank you so much.
Hope you raise a lot of money. Hope you get a lot of
We do
people.
too.
Thank you so much.
Best to you.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler here for 213 Complex, which you can pick up at Supplement Superstores. With school back in session, you're into a new routine. That routine's going to last. Make it a fitness routine as well. I know that's what I'm doing in advance of the holidays, and I'm using 213 Complex to get it done, because what I'm getting is all-day boost to the metabolism, 24 hours a day. I get appetite control, which is huge for me, and all-day focused energy that comes with no jitters. So for you, just go to Supplement Superstores, tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you in. They will give you 30% off the 213 Complex. Find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight. We are visiting with Dr. Premal Thacker.
And we're very fortunate at Washington University School of Medicine and Siteman to have the only endometrial cancer spore. So we are actually doing a $15 million grant that is housed here under Dr. Much to actually evaluate uterine cancer.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, please visit siteman.wustl.edu.
Hey there, cats and kittens. It's Brian from The Commercial Break, the mediocre comedy podcast where my best friend Chrissy and I attempt to make sense of the world. We talk about the absurd, the ridiculous, and the stuff no one asked for, like internet weirdos, pickup artists, and why everyone is obsessed with crystals and colonics. It's all got to stop. The show is free, it's frequent, and it's probably not for everyone. You can go to tcbpodcast.com, subscribe at youtube.com/The Commercial Break, or check out the show wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll see you on the next Commercial Break. And best to you.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different.
Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/facts or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
It's Trish. Your bathroom might be small, but fixing it can feel huge. Outdated fixtures, the tub that's seen better days. At Michael's Bath, they specialize in affordable bathroom remodeling that fits your budget and your lifestyle. Whether you want a walk-in shower, better storage, or a fresh modern look, they make it simple, clean, and budget-friendly. No surprises, no gimmicks, just quality workmanship you can trust. Call Michael's Bath today for your free, no-pressure estimate. 636-775-0800 or michaelsbath.com.
Fairwinds River's Edge is more than a place to live. It's a place to belong. Come see why we have been voted Best Independent Senior Living Community for 4 years in a row by U.S. News & World Report. We think you'll like it here, and the experts agree. Come see us for yourself. Call to schedule a tour with lunch or to RSVP for our senior prom on September 24th with live entertainment by the Backstreet Cruisers. Find us online at fairwindsriversedge.com.
In the fight against Alzheimer's, now matters more than ever because now we have new treatments that could change everything. This is Megan Lynch. Join me Saturday, October 25th at the Chesterfield Amphitheater for the St. Louis Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's the region's largest fundraiser to fight dementia and support those living with the disease, because now is the time for action. You can join in the fight by registering for the walk at alz.org/walk. That's alz.org/walk.
104.1 FM KMOX, the voice of St. Louis. Stronger than ever.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX 219. How well acquainted are you guys? I know I'm from a different generation. Walking Tall, Buford Pusser was a huge deal in my childhood.
Oh, yeah.
The guy with the big stick, and he beat everyone to death, and he was a sheriff, and he took on the mob and all that. You know the story, at least?
Was it a movie?
Yes.
With The Rock?
Joe Don Baker.
Well,
and The Rock.
They remade it with The Rock.
Yeah, but that was a different one. That was a different one, yeah.
So he and his wife, it's huge in the movie, he and his wife were ambushed, and she was shot and killed, and he was shot in the face, and it was poor Buford Pusser, and now he's lost his wife. Now there's evidence that he killed her. And so the prosecuting attorneys and the police down there have come out and said if he were alive today, he would be indicted. That he just told a giant lie. This just goes to show you how different things can be.
I know.
That in the 70s, down in the South, with a big, larger-than-life guy like that, he said, boys, here's what's happened. And they said, good enough for us. And every bit of forensic evidence goes against it and shows that he shot her.
And that's such a if you've seen those movies, that's such a defining part of the story. Such a defining part of the story of Buford Pusser is his wife was killed in retaliation for him trying to bring the law.
Yep. Looks like he did it himself.
And he just did it himself. And then, I mean, these guys that he was going after weren't exactly innocent, but they were innocent of that.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine being that person and it's like, I know what really happened, but I'm just going to.
Yeah.
Hey, they opened the door. I'm going to walk through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, like in the 40s, who couldn't kill somebody? Right? I mean,
small town.
Did you do it?
No cameras.
Okay.
I mean,
nothing more here to.
Yeah, if they didn't see you do it.
Yeah.
Even if they had a witness, you could just be like, "Oh, you're gonna believe him? Come on now."
So I had to look up this Buford Pusser that you keep mentioning. He died at the age of 36.
Wow, did he?
Yeah, just the Wikipedia photo, this guy looks much older than that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it was different times.
Lived a hard life.
But yes, absolutely. He
Beat a lot of people with his big stick.
apparently so.
He did beat a lot of. That was kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Beat up and getting beat up.
Yes.
And killing his wife.
There you go.
I guess.
Razor's Edge?
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about this article I saw about the U.S. Open. Here's the headline of the article. Coco Gauff storms off after Naomi Osaka upset at U.S. Open after besties vibes. Where do you think that article is from? Any guesses?
TMZ.
Yeah, CNN, if I had to guess.
No, I bet it's going to be a legit one, and we're going to be like, why are they talking like children?
SportsIllustrated.com.
Oh, you guys should just delete that.
Really?
It's an aggregator now.
Yeah, it's like a content farm now. They stripped Sports Illustrated down to the
It's nothing.
skeleton. It's
This
terrible.
article is so bad.
Yep.
It's just about the fact that Coco Gauff did get beat by Naomi Osaka yesterday. She was on court for 40 more seconds and then walked away because she's extremely upset. She's not going to win the U.S. Open. She had a lot of pressure on her to get that done. Their backstory is that Coco grew up looking up to Naomi Osaka. They had this whole thing in 2019 where Naomi Osaka did beat her at the U.S. Open, but then she very nicely had Coco come do the winning interview with her, and it was a wonderful moment. It is a different situation this time. Everyone's grown up now. Coco was 15 when that happened.
How old is she now?
She's 21 or 22. I just thought it was kind of ridiculous to, first of all, they're not going to write, or maybe they do on SportsIllustrated.com wheels, but it felt like a very gendered, besties vibes.
Yeah.
I don't think that really happens that much with male sports.
I don't know what they're doing now, but 2 years ago, they got caught passing off AI stories as being written by humans.
Mhm.
So I don't know which way they went on that, whether they committed to humans writing them or they just went, we're going to have AI write stuff and we're not even going to worry about it.
Yeah, this seems almost like AI.
Yeah.
It said it was written by a gentleman named Matthew Graham. They're claiming he has over 20 years of media experience and he oversees the whole website. So, maybe he used his media experience to open up ChatGPT. I don't know. It was just such a bad article. And the headline was so condescending and stupid, besties vibes. And then the article itself is it's all kumbaya until Coco gets beaten. It's what is she supposed to do? Be like, I'm so happy for, yay! She just got beaten. She doesn't want to talk about it. She wants to get off the court. It's not the end of the world.
Can we dovetail this into the hat stealer?
Did you guys see that?
Yeah.
Rach, did you see that at the U.S.
Polish
Open?
CEO or something?
Yeah, this guy who's described as a Polish millionaire just flat out snatched a hat from a kid.
Out of his hand.
The kid was standing there getting an autograph, and the player, I forget who the player was, but he's also Polish. And he's signing, but then he's reaching up to give the kid his hat. And this guy standing next to him, grown-ass man, got to be, what would you say, Rach? She's 45-ish?
At least, yeah.
Maybe my age. Just snatches that, nope, that's mine. And the kid's looking at him what are you doing? And the player didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Because he's signing autographs and just moving on down the line. The player went off later, and because people told him what happened, and he gave the kid another hat and got to meet him. So in the end, the kid still gets the experience. But this guy now this guy is not only defending what he did, this guy has flat out come out and said, hey, it's a tough world. You got to move fast. And it's a lesson it's best learned when you're young.
Hey, don't get stolen from. That's a lesson you need to learn.
And,
hustle up, kid.
And on top of that, he actually threatened everybody who's giving him a hard time. So this is what he said. He said, yes, I took it. Yes, I did it quickly, but I've always said life is first come, first served. And then later on, he goes on to say, regarding online hate, I remind you that insulting a public figure is subject to legal liability. All offensive comments, slander, and insinuation will be analyzed for the possibility of taking the matter to court. I'm guessing he means in Poland, because what we say here, you got nothing on us, brother. When you're tweeting here or whatever,
America.
We're allowed to insult you. We're allowed to call you all kinds of names because we're allowed to do those things.
We
so
have
good luck
fought many
suing me.
wars to call you an a-hole.
Yeah, I mean, so not only do you have the nerve to do this, to just steal a hat from a kid, but then you got to come out and say, like, yep, and you know what? I did the right thing, and he learned a valuable lesson. Yeah, what he learned is that you're a jerk.
Well, someone in HR got to him because yesterday he did release an apology.
Oh.
I almost wish he hadn't. It's
Yeah.
so bad. I take full responsibility for my extremely poor judgment and hurtful actions. It was never my intent to steal away a prized memento from the young fan. Yes, so then why did you steal his hat?
Of course it was.
It was never my intention to steal while I was stealing. I became caught up in the heat of the moment and the joy of the victory. And I believed the hat was being handed to me to give to my son.
Oh, he didn't believe that because he snatched it out of there like he was stealing.
Don't you think, as hard as it might be, that you just, because most of us wouldn't do this, but if you do, you just go, this is one of my worst moments, and I apologize. And
just say I
anything I can
screwed
do
up.
to make it better.
But is it one of you? I mean, you're at the U.S. Open. There's cameras everywhere.
Yeah,
you know, like that's not your worst moment. That's not even close to being your worst moment. That's just the worst thing they got you doing on film that day.
That day. You're right.
Yeah, the wife was also on social media basically telling people they shouldn't be able to use the internet because they don't know how the tool works because they're being mean.
Oh.
And then she said, the kid simply got a pro bono life lesson. Let him be happy about that.
What a
like,
bunch of
man, if
losers.
somebody stole
let the
something
kid feel
from
joy.
I mean, think about it. This is what irritates me is these two entitled jerks, this husband and wife, their last name is Sarek, I think is how you pronounce it. If somebody took something from them, they'll be the first one screaming from the rooftop about how they were wronged,
No
which is you
doubt.
can tell how they're threatening legal action because people are yelling at them online. You're an entitled. Oh boy, I almost swore.
Get them.
You are that nervy, so you're so entitled that you do it, but then you cry foul the minute anybody says mean words to you?
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey.
I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman.
From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM, your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
We started Neovitin because we wanted to create a multivitamin for ourselves. That's why we focus on quality ingredients and formulas with our multivitamins. Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins are formulated with over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our 4-ingredient physician-formulated proprietary blend for the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin 50 Plus multivitamins a try for yourself. Find them at your local Schnucks, Deerbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
We take you now to Dave Murray's weather forecast.
We have a reinforcing cold front on the way coming through Wednesday evening, but we're ahead of that front the next 2 days. So 82 this afternoon, partly sunny skies. Tonight, mostly clear, nice evening again. 62 Wednesday, partly sunny. Wednesday's the warmest day of the week ahead of that front, 87 degrees with a couple of scattered showers and thunderstorms developing. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday night, but the cool front is through. The northwest flow opens up 56 Wednesday night. Ooh, and how about Thursday? Boy, what a top 10 day. Partly to mostly sunny. The high temperature actually struggling to get to 70 degrees Thursday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
This report is sponsored by Metro Transit.
All summer long, Metro Day Passes from Metro Transit are just $5, so you can take a summer daycation anytime because your air-conditioned, no-gas to buy super safe, super clean Chariot awaits. Buy yours at metrostlouis.org. That's metrostl.org.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different. Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com/fax or a store near you. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
So any day that you don't need the services of Triton Exteriors is a good day. And Tim, the owner, gets that. You know, like if I were doing a live for Dr. Corey Solman, orthopedic surgeon, and Tim heard it, he would be glad that he doesn't need Corey on that given day. So Tim understands that any day that you don't have a storm blow through and take off your roof or siding or gutters or do damage to a fence, that's great. But when it does happen, just like Tim, if he needed Dr. Corey, he would be happy that he had a recommendation. If weather does blow through or you just need it as an elective thing, you're going to sell your house and the realtor or the inspector has said, yeah, you need a new roof or you need to fix up this siding. We're out of Webster Groves. We're upscale. We're a James Hardy Smart Siding Company, but we are almost always the middle bid. We're almost never the top bid because there are several companies out there that if you get a bid from them, they're going to juice it by 25 or 30%. Someone's going to undercut it. Tim will show you line by line why it needs to be the price that it does. He'll get back to you the same day you call him. 314-717-1159, Triton-STL.com.
Want immediate cash for your home or see what your home is really worth in today's market? Find out for free from the local experts, my friends Mark and Neil Gelman of eXp Realty. Check out thegelmanteam.com today. That's thegelmanteam.com.
Frank, did you get the mail?
Coupon, Medicare, AARP. Oh, wait, this one says open immediately.
First one in the trash.
Every day we're bombarded with messages that we don't care about. Problem is, there might be an important message in there that affects you, like retirement. For example, on September 23rd and 25th, Steve All of the All Financial Group will be hosting a Taxes in Retirement seminar at Stone Summit. From the big beautiful bill to taxes on your Social Security, Steve will cover it. It's a complimentary event, but seating is limited, so reserve your seat today. Call 636-230-8824 or online at yourmoneymattersstl.com.
What about this coupon for a new lawn service?
We live in a condo.
So?
On the 3rd floor. Mom always said I shouldn't have married you.
Investment advisory products and services made available through Impact Partnership Wealth, LLC, IPW, a registered investment advisor. Neither the firm nor its agents or representatives may give tax or legal advice. Individuals should consult a qualified professional or guidance before making any purchasing decisions.
Today, the Cards, the Athletics. Ameren Total Access 550. Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS on KMOX 235. Happy Tuesday. Going to be a gorgeous week. I think tomorrow gets up to like 87. No big whoop.
We
I can take
handle
87.
that.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's easy.
We're going to do DGS Happy Hour.
Oh, yes.
All right. Anyone?
So I woke up this morning and I thought it was like 6 in the morning, way earlier than I normally wake up. I'm still sleeping. And I thought, I just thought of the perfect DGS Happy Hour topic. I got on my phone, I wrote it down in my notes app where I write stuff down, so I definitely wouldn't forget.
Very familiar.
And then I went back to sleep, and I consulted it this morning, and I remembered what my great DGS Happy Hour topic is. What time do all of you eat dinner?
That one woke you up, huh?
I like shot out of like straight up in bed, like I need to write this down. And then I looked at it later. I was like, you know what? I'll bring it up. I am curious.
I would say between 6 p.m. and 6:30.
Because I think that's hurting my. I didn't used to be. Well, no, I didn't used to be a snacker, and I'm becoming a little more of a snacker these days.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because the way when the show was on later, I used to not eat dinner sometimes until like 8 or 8:30 at night.
So you wouldn't eat a snack.
So I just wouldn't be hungry when I got to be 9:30, 10, 10:30. And now that I'm eating dinner like right when I get home at like 6 o'clock.
DoorDash has made a lot of people fat. And here's my theory. Here's how it makes me fat. Same thing is if I eat dinner too early at like 9 p.m., I start thinking,
wish I had a sweet treat.
Or I got to get a couple of tacos. Now, if DoorDash didn't exist, my lazy ass isn't getting in the car. And I don't have it at my house.
Mm-hmm.
But DoorDash for like $12 will bring you a few tacos.
Yeah. And that was always part of my secret was that I just didn't keep
are you
snacks.
DoorDashing, by the way? Didn't you get back in the game?
We haven't gone through with it yet. There's some hoops that you got to jump through when you're getting started.
Get the toilet paper
Photos
ready.
on the pot, yeah.
Yeah, photos on the pod, and then of course there's the whole like band dodging thing that I'm doing where I'm trying to avoid getting caught by that. So we haven't gone through with it
Makes
yet.
everyone who uses DoorDash feel better out there knowing that.
Hey, I'm far from the only one. If I'm the one that
that's the point.
Facts.
So it's like, and also we kind of wanted to wait until the weather got a little more like this, like nicer. Because when it's nice out, it is downright wonderful to do it. Because you're just driving around with the windows down, listening to music.
With your sweetie pie.
It's fun. It's a blast. But when it's like 1,000,000 degrees out, it's a little bit less fun.
Yeah. Do you, are you just spending time together? Do you divide and conquer? Do you have like specific skills that you each do?
This time we're going to divide and conquer. We didn't before, because before she was a lot worse off, like health-wise. So it was just spending time together. It was just nice. Her job would be just like holding the food. This time I think we're gonna divvy it up because it's gonna be her actual account. So she's gonna be doing the
to avoid all the drama from your past.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So she's gonna do the like running, and then I'll do the driving. So she'll like go into the restaurant and pick up the food or whatever, and I'll drive her to wherever it is that the app tells her to go.
You ever been tempted to take a little sip out of the drink?
I have not.
Oh, that took a long time to answer.
But only because I am very careful to keep myself nice and nourished. I get myself a nice big
that's
drink.
the only reason you're not eating people's food.
That is the sole reason. No, it's because that's like zero tolerance. I didn't want to get banned.
Yeah.
But you would like to take a drink.
Well, of course he wants to.
Yeah.
I think anyone would want to.
If you got a great big Baja Blast and it's a hot day, how could I resist?
Who else has a happy hour?
I forgot when mine was going to be.
And you guys didn't tell us when you eat dinner.
Living funerals. Have you heard of this, Dave?
Yes.
No.
So it's a growing trend, and more than half of young adults say they would have one. It's basically you plan and execute your own funeral while you're still alive, and you get to hear all the nice things people would say about you.
So it's a birthday party, kind of.
Except they're pretending that you're dead.
Didn't Huckleberry Finn do that?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he have a
Tom
funeral
Sawyer
when he was
faked
still
their
alive?
own deaths, and then they showed up to their own
And
funeral.
see, I think you have to fake your own death to get anything accurate. If someone knows that you're watching.
Yes. If someone knows you're just going to be like staring at them in a chair like, what are you going to say
I don't
about
like this
me?
at all.
No?
You're pretty needy if you need to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I need to hear all. Just ask people. Talk to your friends.
Yeah, just tell your friends, like, hey, what's the thing you like about
I'm
me?
down. I could
What
use
if
some
I
good
was
stuff.
dead? What would you miss the most?
Exactly.
Why do we need to pretend we're dead and do a whole fake ass funeral to get people to say nice things about you?
I wouldn't do it because of my insecurity. I would be afraid that it would fall short of my expectations.
I could see how it would.
Like everyone would be nice.
Right, but they know you're alive. The
Yeah.
people are always a
Yeah,
little bit
no
more...
one's going to be like, people might sob and weep at your funeral because of how sad they are to have lost you, but they're not going to sob and weep at your fake funeral.
They know
'cause
you're back
right
there.
You're right there. You're standing there. I can see you.
What if you have to lay in the casket still?
That's just... Come on, man.
You ever have funeral fantasies at all? Like what people would say?
No.
Yeah, me either.
Well, we know. I mean, we know you do. That's well-trod ground.
Yeah,
we're aware.
Mine is always like Tom Ackerman goes up to Phoebe and takes her by the shoulders and barely holds it together. He's like, "Let me tell you about your dad," and then he's like, "I just can't even talk. I'm so upset."
I don't even want a funeral. Just don't. You just have a party. Do something fun.
Done.
Yeah. Just go to a ball game. Go to get pizza. Don't do the whole thing.
See, I need people like tearing their clothes.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Rending their garments.
Yeah. I'll be dead. Won't care.
You might care. You don't know. You could be a ghost.
Yeah, but if I'm a ghost, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm a ghost.
Yeah, this unlocks a whole new.
It's like,
set of-
hey, the game's not over. I made it to level 2.
Kevin will be trying to prank his own funeral. He'd be turning the lights on and off and mad that people don't notice.
That'd be so great.
I have a weird happy hour topic.
Okay.
Does anyone know who the actress Kim Novak is?
Yes.
Okay, she's from like the 50s. She
Like
was,
Hitchcock movies?
Yes,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was absolutely stunningly gorgeous, and I hate this new trend. A picture of 92-year-old Kim Novak, who's had some terrible work done to her face, which she admits, and it says, unrecognizable. You see this all the time.
Oh, like the clickbait
It's almost
articles.
always a woman.
Yeah.
They don't have to be 92. They can be 42.
Yeah.
Guess who this former 90s sitcom star is?
Yeah.
I just think that's so low.
It is. It's
like,
the worst.
Everyone ages. Everyone's going to change. Kim Novak was trying to make her face look better, and it went bad. That happens. Like, get off her. God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really sad that that's become perfectly acceptable to speak on people's appearance
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Like
it's
this
almost
person,
weird if
when
you
they
don't.
were 20, was super hot. Now they're 50 and they look 50.
Right.
Right.
Well, yeah, because they're 50.
Unrecognizable. Well, if you're looking for a 22-year-old girl.
Right. She doesn't look like she did 70 years ago. when
about right.
when you reading this weren't even alive.
Yeah.
Right.
So what are you so worried
Maybe that's what
about?
they mean, is all the people clicking on it wouldn't know who she is anyway. Because they're too young.
Yeah, unrecognizable to people who already didn't know who she was.
Also, you got a little backup today, Andrew. So my very good friend, our good friend, Julie Lally, took me to breakfast today for my birthday. Hers is on the 10th, so we take each other every year to birthday breakfast. And she listens to every minute of the show, usually on podcast. And she's like, I have Andrew's back. I don't eat Cracker Barrel food, but I shop there often. She'll go to Cracker Barrel just for the gift shop.
Oh.
I see it.
It's a good gift shop as far as candies are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
I have something awful to say.
Oh, yeah, because you went on Friday night,
I
right?
went on Friday to Woker Barrel.
Was it super wiggy?
It sucked.
Was it traditional?
It was a not great experience. It was traditional. The
Oh.
menu has been wokeified. It has the new logo and everything on it.
Wokeified.
They also wokeified the peg machine, the peg board.
How?
Which upset me a little bit because that was sacred to my brother and I growing
Yeah,
up.
You bet.
It used to say like if you get 3 or more, you're a ignoramus. And now it says if you left 3 or more, that's okay. Just try again. Don't feel bad. It literally says like don't feel bad. Just keep trying.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
And I
don't
was
that
like,
at all.
that's terrible. Come on
If I
now.
can't get shamed over my ass
Yeah.
browns.
If I can't get, if I'm getting shamed by anybody, I want it to be a folksy board game.
Herschel.
Yeah, I want it to be Herschel.
Forgive me, did you say the food was good?
The food was okay. I mean, it was good. I didn't have huge problems with the food, but the bigger problem was that we waited a full hour for it.
That stinks.
Which is, and they just seem to be having like
Were they
problems
crowded,
left and
or is it
right.
just
Not
not
crowded
enough
at
people?
all.
Okay.
I don't know if it was a not enough people situation or what, which, if that's how it is, it's hard to fault because, nobody wants to work anymore. So, it can be hard to fault them too much, but it was getting excessive to a certain point. Gift shop, still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Gift shop still good.
What is
Yeah,
there
yeah, on that.
people would get if it's not the candy? Because the candy area is pretty cool.
They
Candy,
sell
soda
clothes.
pops. They sell actual clothes.
Right, but I mean, like, who's buying it?
Julie
I
Lally,
actually
evidently.
know someone from the Grafton area who has bought many like children's clothes
Okay.
from the Cracker Barrel.
Is it one of those places like you shop where you're like, crap, forgot to get a gift and I'm on my way there?
Yeah, my parents have always
Probably.
bought stuff from there.
Okay.
And I got my dad's Christmas present last year from there.
Oh.
One of the things that I gave him was like a book of puzzles.
Pez dispenser?
And then also they have like decorations that people like. Like they had the Halloween decorations out now. And
the
those
only
are
place
fun.
to go to get a good Halloween sweatshirt, I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
Cracker Barrel?
Have a pumpkin on it that says like
peekaboo.
Go get 'em, pumpkin, or whatever. Like totally doesn't make any sense, but those are my favorite kind of clothes. Like I always say, I wish I could wear like the little kids shirts that have a soccer ball that just says like "Go" or whatever. Like I would wear that every day if they made that in a.
I've never felt more like a therapist.
If they made that in a 3XL.
Hold on, let me make this note for Christmas. Andrew wants a shirt that says go.
Find a shirt with a soccer ball that's just like playing.
I'm strong.
I'm strong. Yeah, a dinosaur on it that says like monster truck.
I think we can make this dream come true.
What I'm saying is I'd like to dress like a 3-year-old is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because they always look good.
I mean, you're already on your way.
You never see a 3-year-old and you're like, that kid's dressed like crap.
He's making good points.
That kid's a total mess.
Oh.
What a slob.
Yeah, what a slob. What a loser.
It's really true.
There you go. Look how cute he is in his little shirt.
Youth being wasted on the young. Cuteness is wasted on the smallest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they don't appreciate it.
No.
Oh, Andrew, there's a whole website with stuff like this.
That is unbelievable. Is it like adultbabies.com?
It's called my. I don't know if I want to promote it.
Go ahead.
It's called myinnerbaby.com, and it's got clothing that it's like grown up onesies.
Oh, this is happening.
It's great.
No,
Andrew,
my inner baby. Oh, I love it.
Oh,
Onesie can feel pretty good.
I was afraid. I don't want to click on any of these. I'm afraid that it's.
You gonna buy it?
No, I'm just afraid that people are gonna be like, "Oh, somebody's trying to get an adult onesie."
Is that Jeffrey? Is this Toys R Us affiliated?
I don't think it is, but there is a draft there.
Okay.
Is that Jeffrey?
Yeah, I mean, he has been out of work. Jeffrey was out of work there for a while, right?
We should just go to break.
Okay, you don't want to do.
Oh no, I can do it.
Okay. My apologies.
It's
to
no
the
affront
client.
to Mosby Building Arts. They can weather the Jeffrey storm. So Mosby is just about the best at doing what they do as anyone out there. They do all sorts of remodeling work. They are really good at kitchens. They're excellent at lower levels. No one can do an outdoor space like Mosby Building Arts. They're not the cheapest around, but they are very upfront about their costs. Rich Orris, who does the weekend show now, is my guy over there. And he's like, Dave, we will just tell you up front. It changes. Let's say it's a $20,000 job. It could end up being 25 because you run into things you don't know, or it could come in maybe 18.5. But my point is that Mosby is absolutely cards face up on the table, honest about everything. No one does the workmanship like they do. It's all about trust, expertise, and a premium experience with Mosby. Call them at 314-909-1800 or check out their work at mosbybuildingarts.com.
The legendary sound of the Doobie Brothers is rolling into town. Don't miss the show. Coming to Hollywood Casino Amphitheater September 4th with special guest, the Coral Reefer Band. It's a night of timeless hits, epic harmonies, and classic rock energy like only the Doobies can deliver. Tickets are still available and can be found at Ticketmaster.com. For more info, head to KMOX.com/events.
SNL Coin. We buy gold and silver coins, silver and gold jewelry. Also buying gold-filled and silver plates. Before you sell, call SNL. 314-544-3600. 314-544-3600. SNL Coin.
Your home equity could vanish almost overnight, stolen by scammers who forge a deed and transfer it out of your name. The FBI calls it house stealing, and the worst part is you may not know it until it's too late. Find out if you're already a victim now at HomeTitleLock.com. Use promo code RADIO for a 30-day free trial, a title scan, and access to a title specialist, a $250 value. Go to HomeTitleLock.com now. Promo code RADIO.
Millions are choosing NordVPN to stay safer online. Get NordVPN today with 77% off and up to 3 months extra. NordVPN will encrypt your online traffic and help you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. Get the special NordVPN deal today at nordvpn.com. This offer includes a 77% discount on a 2-year plan and up to 3 extra months. Savings and additional terms apply and can be found on nordvpn.com. The offer is valid until October 15th.
Wake up informed. Wake up empowered. Wake up to Total Information AM, your morning must.
Hi, this is Debbie Monterey. I'm Megan Lynch.
This is Tom Ackerman. From local news to breaking headlines to weather, traffic, and the stories that matter most, we've got you covered before your first sip of coffee. Expert analysis, bright perspectives from the people you trust. Total Information AM. Your day starts here. Mornings beginning at 5 on 104.1 FM. KMOX.
Welcome back, DGS. So Phoebe is at that age now where everyone's turning 21, and she has a 21st birthday party for a friend of hers this weekend. And they do the 21 shots and 21 pages. And so you'll make a page for Kevin Wheeler, and it's pictures of you and me. And remember when we first met, and I can't believe you're 21, blah, blah, blah. We need something like that for 61.
61 shots seems like a lot.
Yeah.
61 cookies?
All right. Now
See
we're
where I'm
talking.
going?
Yeah, now we're talking.
See where I'm going?
61
chips.
Yeah.
I like the chips.
Tacos.
Ooh, tacos would be
that'd
kind of rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe mini tacos.
Little bitty tacos.
Little tiny tacos.
Little tiny burritos.
61 little tiny tacos.
Yeah, why should 21-year-olds have all the fun?
That's a lot of work to have that fun, though. Like, I got to put that stuff together. Is that a new thing for 21-year-olds, or is that a girl thing? Because, like, I see the TikToks a lot where it's, a wife being like, are all husbands like this? And it's like, my buddy got engaged. Oh, yeah? Where did he propose? I don't know. When are they getting married? I don't know. And it's like the guy always like, I didn't ask for details. I don't need to know the details, because I feel like that identifies me pretty clearly.
Mm-hmm.
But is it because as a 21-year-old guy, I wasn't going to be like, hey, buddy, I made a scrapbook page for you.
I highly doubt young men are doing that. I think with the way social media has just kind of taken over, I think it's just fun to do that kind of stuff now, because not only is it something nice that happens for you, you then get to post about it and get like a whole other wave of like attention and just like good birthday attention. So, I think that's really like fueled this kind of thing. Because, I mean, when I turned 21, it was definitely not like all your friends are going to make you a shot page. But I could see if it was going viral, like everybody starts doing it. And...
Robert says 61 spanks.
All right, Wheels, get ready. You got.
I mean, but like, are they gonna leave some bruises?
Hope so.
That's the plan.
I mean, like 61 of anything.
Kind of waste your time if it
physical
doesn't.
when you're
I mean,
I don't know.
What's the point then?
I feel like once you're past 50, like, all right, that's just a bunch of bruises.
61 pokes.
Fly swatter swats.
Oh, don't bring that up. That's too close. That's too close to home.
Oh.
It's still too soon.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I took from Mom's. It's still in the back of my truck.
Yeah. Oh, the old school.
Brought the old fly swatter.
Is it like a coat hanger handle? Yeah. The worst on that, though, is when you get the coat hanger side.
Oh, that's all we got.
Yeah, you get the pull back and the snap.
No, I was never hit with the plastic part.
Okay.
Flies got it easy.
Yeah. Yeah,
everyone my generation had a yardstick broken on the back of their legs.
A yardstick? Man, yeah, I mean...
Because yardsticks don't hurt that much.
We definitely used to have, like, battles with yardsticks. Like, we'd hit each other.
Our battles were mostly, if anyone my age pictures the Hot Wheel track.
Yep, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then there's the purple thing you put in to connect them.
Yep.
The purple thing will hobble you.
Oh, dude.
So we would start out with no purple. And then
you add it as you go,
If someone really got PO'd, it's like, okay.
Yeah,
Now it's time.
Now it's time.
Now it's go time.
Yeah, those things hurt, man.
Tell you guys about Universal Windows Direct. I really do. I'm very fortunate. It's tough enough to sell 10 or 15 things a day, but it makes it a lot easier when you have great things to sell and great companies. And most people out there, 99% of you, don't need replacement windows, or at least you're not thinking about it right now. All I ask is that you tuck this away, and this fall or next spring, whenever it is that you decide that it's the right time for you to replace some or all of your windows, give Universal Windows Direct a shot. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. Whether you need 4 or 14, you only pay for half. And to make it even easier, 0% financing for 3 years, so no interest, no pressure. And another bonus, $500 off your entire home improvement project when you schedule now. Call 314-334-2522 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com.
You've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine, and you could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt, but you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market for a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Well, not with Truehold. With Truehold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. And listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. So that's Truehold's Sell and Stay program. You cash out your entire home's value and stay put. Truehold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. So imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt and stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. You get an all-cash offer now by calling 1-855-300-9993. You can also visit Truehold.com, the smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's Truehold.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
Mint is still $15 a month for premium wireless. And if you haven't made the switch yet, here are 15 reasons why you should. 1, it's $15 a month. 2, seriously, it's $15 a month. 3, no big contrast. 4, I use it. 5, my mom uses it. Are you playing me off? That's what's happening, right? Okay.
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, $15 per month equivalent required. New customer offer first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill. But those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in. Cool as can be. Tap GoodRx. Saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
The trusted voice of St. Louis. KMOX AM St. Louis. KMOX FM Hazelwood. Always live on the free Odyssey app.
At 3 o'clock, we've got some clouds. Right now, 80 degrees downtown at the Arch.
News special report. President Trump says he's standing by his plans to send federal forces to fight crime in Chicago.
Mind up on Chicago, though?
Well, we're going in. I didn't say when. We're going in.
His decision coming despite a federal judge's ruling that his deployment of troops to Los Angeles violated federal law. Authorities in Chicago have also threatened to take the matter to the courts.
We're going to do it anyway. We have the right to do it. because I have an obligation to protect this country. And that includes Baltimore.
Trump also announced he's moving the U.S. Space Command from Colorado to Huntsville, Alabama.
The problem I have with Colorado, one of the big problems, they do mail-in voting. They went to all mail-in voting. So they have automatically crooked elections.
Trump says that played a big factor. He's long criticized mail-in voting. His decision reverses a Biden-era decision to keep the Space Command at its temporary home. CBS News Special Report, I'm Cammie McCormick.
3 years after first committing $11 million to demolish hundreds of homes in Castle Point, the first ones are coming down.
Red tape and federal guidelines delayed demolition, according to County Executive Sam Page. Now with the first homes coming down, Page says the county hopes to have new homes constructed on these lots about a year after the properties have been bid out, which will come later.
Once you have control and ownership of a vacant lot, it takes about a year to get the permits, get the site prepared, get your contractors lined up.
Funding for the demolition of around another 140 homes is still available. Sean Malone, KMOX News.
If you've ever had a health care claim denied by your insurance, you know how complicated it is to appeal. A new startup is using artificial intelligence to help with that fight.
Counterforce Health Chairman Neil Shah says he designed the system after his own experience with health insurance denials.
During my wife's multi-year cancer battle, I was the advocate fighting several health insurance denials for everything from access to critical therapies to hospitalizations to surgery bills. To emergency visits.
Shah says users upload relevant information and the Counterforce AI platform scans these documents and then searches for relevant medical literature and billing code databases. It will then write an appeal letter. He says the system has built-in processes for protecting personal information. Shah says it takes only minutes and is free thanks to grant funding. Fred Bottomer, KMOX News.
A number of new restaurants and businesses had opened their doors in the up-and-coming Delmar Maker District with the May 16th tornado hit. Danny Eichenhorst with Hustle Hospitality Group says some buildings will need to be demolished and it'll be a while before others can reopen.
FEMA doesn't do a ton for small businesses. Insurance won't cover sort of the damage to the neighborhood and the loss of momentum that happens in the wake of a disaster like this.
She says it's really neighbor helping neighbor. Her companies, Fountain on Delmar and Steve's Hot Dogs, have reopened. Saturday's Paint the Way Home event is a public art healing project with more than 25 artists painting murals on boards to beautify the area. She encourages people to come out and watch and patronize the businesses that have reopened. The U.S. manufacturing sector continues to struggle in 2025.
The Institute for Supply Management's manufacturing index contracted in August for the sixth consecutive month, with another weak employment index reading and a substantial decline in production, offsetting a rebound in new orders. Prices continue to rise, but at a slightly slower pace than in July. The comments section continues to show a high level of concern in manufacturing, with a machinery executive saying that the construction industry, especially home building, is still at a lower level.
That's Jason Brooks. Let's take you to Stifel now for an update on the St. Louis Business Index and Scott Bedell. Scott?
Good afternoon, Michael. Hello, everyone. Historically, September is the worst month of the year for stock market performance, and September 2025 has started down that same path. At the 3 p.m. close this afternoon, the Dow Jones Industrial Average had fallen 249 points, or just about 0.5% at 45,295. The Standard & Poor's 500 index down 0.7% at 6,415, while the NASDAQ Composite Index dropped 0.8% to close at 21,279. Locally, the Bloomberg St. Louis Stock Index fell 0.4% at 1,631. Checking on some stocks of local interest, Boeing gained a little bit more than 1% at $237.38. Energizer up 2 3/4% at $28.31. On the downside, Stifel Financial slipped 0.5% at $114.30. Anheuser-Busch fell 2% to $61.37. And finally, Bayer Corporation down 2.5%. They close at $8 even. This has been Scott Bedell from Stifel Financial, member SIPC and New York Stock Exchange. For more information on our firm, we invite you to visit our website at stifel.com.
And happening right now, an update to our top story. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is reacting to the president saying he'll send troops to Chicago.
To refuse to coordinate with local law enforcement and government.
Our state police regularly works with the FBI, the ATF, the DEA to go after gangs and gun runners and drug cartels.
Again, that is Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker talking live. We will monitor this and bring you more coming up in the news at 4 o'clock.
It's a nice Tuesday afternoon around St. Louis. Partly sunny skies. Our high should peak out at about 82. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Upper 70s for evening plans. 62 for the low. Now, Wednesday, we are ahead of a rather strong cold front. And that means Wednesday is going to be the warmest day of the week with 87 degrees, partly sunny skies. But with that front, there should be some scattered showers and thunderstorms around. Scattered the key word. Scattered showers and thunderstorms Wednesday night. That's when the front's coming through fairly early. 56 for the overnight low. Then Thursday, partly to mostly sunny skies. Noticeably cooler with highs in the 60s to near 70 degrees. We should get back into the upper 70s come Friday and around 80 degrees for this upcoming weekend. I'm meteorologist Dave Murray on 104.1 FM, KMOX.
Sponsored by Financial and Tax Strategies. It's 81. I'm Michael Calhoun, KMOX News.
It's never too early to start thinking about your retirement journey, and it's never too late either. You just need to know that the steps may look a little different. Listen to Wealth and Wisdom with Gary Goldberg, Saturday mornings at 7 here on KMOX.
The Dave Glover Show is sponsored by the Michaels Flooring Outlet, the flooring experts. IGotFloored.com.
Welcome back, guys. DGS 104.1 FM KMOX. Happy Tuesday. Happy September. It's all downhill from here.
You make that sound like it's a good thing.
I know. I didn't know quite how to say that. So it's a good thing that Brad Young joins us. Brad is an attorney and contributor to KMOX and 97.1 and just about my favorite guest. Brad, good to talk to you. How are you?
Dave, I'm doing great, sir. Thank you.
Thank you for stopping by and saying hello to Nick and I at the game. That was really kind.
Yeah, well, I wanted to see you guys hanging out at the game, and let me tell you, Nick is an impressive young man.
He is, isn't he? He's a sweetheart.
He is great, and it was nice to meet him.
So let's talk about Donald Trump's had some setbacks in court. And before we get into the tariffs or the National Guard in California, let's do a little bit of a 101 about the court system. And if you could talk a little, because people keep, hearing this, like a judge has found that this is illegal, and typically that's a district court federal judge. Talk about what federal district court judges do and what they don't do.
Well, one of the things that federal district judges previously did up until earlier this year was any federal district judge, there's one here in St. Louis, there's one over in Southern Illinois, every district and states are cut up into federal districts. There are judges who sit there. It's a circuit court judge. That's where trials happen. And judges earlier this year and for years have been able to issue nationwide injunctions when someone would come before them. That went up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said no, district court judges are not empowered to issue injunctions nationwide, but they still are empowered to issue injunctions, which is a court order saying, stop doing that. They can still do that for their particular district.
Okay.
So it can be confusing because you've got state court judges who can do this. You've got federal court judges who could do that as well. Then you've got relative courts of appeals in both the federal and district courts. So it is confusing. So I'm glad you gave me a minute here to give everyone kind of a primer on how that works.
Yeah, and so let's go a little bit deeper. When a federal district judge gives an opinion and you don't like it, you and I can appeal, which is going to take us a really long time and a great deal of money. I'm guessing the president has a little bit of a shortcut for that.
Well, the president does have a shortcut, and in some instances, and we've seen it go both ways, so to speak, this year, sometimes the president can ask the Supreme Court for an expedited ruling, and the Supreme Court has something that they call their emergency docket, where even though they're not in session, they're only in session from October through June, they've got this emergency docket where they look at things, and they can either say yay or nay. I mean, that's the funny thing about the Supreme Court. They only take the cases they want to take, and they can either accept or deny an emergency case, and it can be totally, I ate pizza last night, so I don't want to hear this today. I mean, it could be on any reason or no reason, doesn't matter. So the president can do that, but the Supreme Court has the ability to say yes or no based on any reason whatsoever.
So let's start out with the tariff case. What was it about it that the district judge did not like or found it to be illegal?
Well, and I've given this as an example before, but I'm going to go back to the Biden administration. Remember, it was very confusing whenever the courts were striking down Biden's ability to cancel student loans. And it would go up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court said you can't do that. And then he would do it again. And everyone asked, how is it? The Supreme Court has already spoken on this. But each time the president would use a different statute or regulation to cancel student debt. So each one of those had to be determined individually. We're dealing with that situation right now with the tariffs. So the Court of Appeals for the D.C. District said today that under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act of 1977, the president does not have the authority to collect tariffs or to change tariffs. And right now, I looked it up today. So far this year, the U.S. has collected $150 billion with a B dollars in tariff revenue. And the Court of Appeals in D.C. said you don't have the authority to do that, but only this one statute from 1977. Now, this is going to go to the Supreme Court, but even if the Supreme Court invalidates it, that doesn't mean these things go away, because the president, just like President Biden did, can then say, well, under a different statute, I have the authority to do this. And then that would have to be tested as well, which would also go all the way up to the Supremes.
I'm a little surprised because just in the back of my brain, I've always had tariffs associated with the executive branch.
Well, it's not. Even under the Constitution, Congress is the sole authority under our governing system of government that can assign tariffs. But because Congress is so dysfunctional and always has been, then what happens is that under various statutes, then Congress delegates that authority to the president, because with the president, there's only one person has to make a decision, unlike 435 people with egos the size of zip codes have to make a decision on tariffs. So it gets delegated to the executive branch.
Talking to Attorney Brad Young here. He checks in with us several times a week. And the president had another setback when it comes to National Guard troops in California.
Now this is actually interesting, because you remember the Court of Appeals had already previously held that in theory, the president can send the National Guard, nationalize the National Guard over the objections of Governor Newsom, and he could do that in theory under the Constitution. But now this is different, because now we're looking at what actually happened, not the theory of can the president do that. So today, a federal district judge in Northern California invalidated the president's use of the National Guard in Los Angeles. And here's why. Because they looked at exactly what the president was doing with those troops, and that included crowd control and traffic blockades. It included arresting individuals. There were some detentions of individuals, and also riot control. So the district judge looked at all that and said, well, in theory, even though the president could send the National Guard or nationalize the National Guard to guard federal buildings, that was all that he had the authority to do under the Constitution. Now that we looked at what he actually did, that involved things that are reserved for police powers. And last time I brought this up, you kind of mocked me, but this violates the Posse Comitatus Act. You know, at parties, you quote the Posse Comitatus Act, people's eyes light up. It's really impressive.
Yes.
It's the Posse Comitatus Act of 1878, which says federal troops cannot be used for law enforcement activities, because then you would have, in essence, a national police force, which is reserved to the states under the 10th Amendment.
Questions? I think you wrapped it up, Professor.
I feel like
well, I know I covered a whole lot of stuff here, and it is confusing. So I'm trying to make it as clear as possible because there's so many moving pieces on this. Every day things change, and it is hard to keep track of all this stuff.
Wheels?
I don't know. I feel like no matter what goes on, there's always an end around attempted. Like I don't feel like any ruling is
Like, okay, that shows us.
Yeah. Right. Like nobody's gonna be like, oh, well, in that case we won't do it. And you're like, well, we're gonna do it anyway, or we're gonna find another way around it, and we'll get it all the way to the Supreme Court where our buddies are, which is the idea. I don't know that it's going to actually work in your favor by doing that, but it just feels like everything
Right.
is
So if you
how
look
do we
back at
find
the
a way
tariffs-
around the law as opposed to like, oh yeah, that's a law we should obey.
Right. If you look back at the tariff situation, the court that invalidated the tariffs, that was the D.C. Court of Appeals, it refused to issue a stay, meaning they're not blocking the president from collecting more tariffs because it's guaranteed that this is going to go to the Supreme Court. So that's an open question. But on this whole issue of the National Police Force, I know we've seen a lot of social media talking about, we're going to have a national police force. Legally and constitutionally, that cannot happen. It's just that simple. Now, whether or not there'll be another end to run around it to try to do something kind of like a police force nationally, that's yet to be seen. But I think it's very clear constitutionally that cannot happen.
All right. Thank you, Brad. Appreciate it.
Hey, my pleasure, guys.
Man, he's smart.
No question. Just weird.
On the
The whole
other end
thing
of
is-
things, there's me. I've written on my show sheet, do me. Yeah. And I'm thinking,
Is it Dome?
thank you. Yes.
No.
But for the whole show, I've been like, why? Why are you getting so salty,
Hey,
Dave?
they're just birthday requests.
Yeah, do me. Yeah, it's Dome.
What's that for?
What are you doming?
So I guess the Ed Jones Dome needs about $200 million
Yeah.
in
Yeah, it needs
improvements.
upgrades. Yeah.
And here's the thing. And let me preface this with, I am speaking out of ignorance. If we had the people on who did the study, I'm sure I could be convinced. But my perception of the dome, of the dooming, is very blah. It just means nothing to me. I never go. I don't think about it. The times I have been there, I was not impressed. So I'm a little salty about it.
Well, I mean, you can blame the people that did the original lease with the Rams and left them a giant out, which is what they exploited to leave for Los Angeles because when that deal was too favorable to the team to get it to come here, when they wanted to be here anyway because they wanted to get out of Los Angeles. So yeah, you're in that predicament. But like, if you don't upgrade it, then forget about NCAA events, forget about concerts. Forget about any of the extra things that could actually bring people to St. Louis.
And I guess what I'm getting at, and again, total ignorance, but it feels a little bit like the Cardinals giving big contracts to old players who are not going to be here in a couple of years. Like, are we throwing good money after bad? It's not a great facility.
Well, the other solution is tear it down and then you don't have one, or you build a new one for 10 times what that cost would be to prepare, to do the upgrades.
I'm for that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, there's an argument for it. There's a reason why other cities around us get events that we don't get because they got newer facilities.
Yeah. Isn't that terrible, though? I guess what I'm getting at is because St. Louis is my city. I'm not harshing on Kansas City or Chicago. It's my city. But I almost feel like we don't deserve it. Or it's just like, well, that's not going to do anything. I know.
I mean, just given how the last few years have gone.
Yeah, that's a bad way to feel, though.
Understandable, but you got to have places to host events, man.
Yeah.
If you don't, you got no reason for people to come downtown. Not just downtown, but to the region.
Yeah. Rach, what do I have here?
BioBalance,
Okay.
please.
I talked about them once today. Let me tell you about them again. And I'm really going to bottom line this. This is a service. This is a place for people who are at a certain age. And because of your age, not because of, something of your endocrine system or being pre-diabetic, because there are, real medical problems you can have. The good news is Dr. Maupin should catch them because she's a medical doctor. And so when you do your blood test to see if you need testosterone replacement, if it looks to be something else, she'll send you right back to your regular doctor and you should have this taken care of. If it does appear to be testosterone related, the good news is you can come pretty far back. I'm 61, going to be 61. Damn, it's the first time I've said that. This Saturday, I don't feel like I'm 30. I don't look like I'm 30. Maybe I look and feel like 10 years younger, at best, but that's pretty good. It's worth the money. It's worth the effort. Right next door, BioBalance Skin, as you can guess, they do things like Botox and chemical peels and anything to make your face look better and younger without giving you the clown face or making you look weird. That's BioBalanceHealth.com.
Every week on the Moth Podcast, we share stories that are funny, strange, heartbreaking, and above all, true.
I myself have been married for 56 years. Unfortunately, to 4 different women.
It turns out the people I was looking for all my life is what you people would call nerds.
Follow and listen to The Moth on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Andrew McCollum, CEO of Philo, the streaming TV company that's proud to be different. At Philo, we put the audience first. It sounds simple, but how often are you frustrated just trying to watch TV? I run a streaming company, and even I can't figure it out. From hidden fees to impossible to break contracts to dozens of confusing apps, TV has gotten way too hard. So we set out to make it better. You want to watch live TV from the channels you've always loved, like Discovery, A&E, Nickelodeon, and more? Philo's got you covered. You want to discover something new from our library of over 80,000 movies and shows? Then save every episode for up to a year so you can skip all the ads? No problem. Your favorite show is over and you want to take a break from your subscription? We've made it as easy as possible, and you can still enjoy more than 100 free channels. We built Philo so that you can love the way you watch TV for a price you can afford. Because at Philo, we're TV fans too. Head to philo.tv/Andrew to start a free trial and see for yourself. That's philo.tv/Andrew.
Thank you, St. Louis, for making Genesis of St. Charles the #1 Genesis dealer in Missouri for 2025. We know your time is valuable. That's why every purchase comes with 3 years of complimentary Genesis service valet within 125 miles. We're closer than you think. That means complimentary vehicle pickup and delivery, plus a loaner vehicle at no additional cost. Or want something new? We'll bring the test drive to you. Visit genesisofstcharles.com today. Based on GMA sales records for 2024. See dealer for details.
When we started Neovitin back in 2009, we wanted to create a multivitamin that we would take ourselves. That's why we use quality ingredients in our Neovitin Original Formula multivitamin. With over 20 vitamins and minerals, along with our physician-formulated proprietary blend, you can be sure you are getting the highest quality daily nutritional support. Give Neovitin Original Formula multivitamin a try for yourself. Find it at your local Schnucks, Deerbergs, and online at neovitin.com.
Hey guys, Kevin Wheeler here for 213 Complex, which you can pick up at Supplement Superstores. With school back in session, you're into a new routine. That routine's going to last. Make it a fitness routine as well. I know that's what I'm doing in advance of the holidays, and I'm using 213 Complex to get it done because what I'm getting is all-day boost to the metabolism, 24 hours a day. I get appetite control, which is huge for me, and all-day focused energy that comes with no jitters. So for you, just go to Supplement Superstores, tell them Kevin Wheeler sent you in. They will give you 30% off the 213 Complex. Find your location at supplementsuperstores.com.
1120 a.m., 1041 FM, and streaming on the Odyssey app. KMOX is with you, however you listen, wherever you listen.
Welcome back, DGS. Other side of the break, we have Dave Murray's forecast. Matt Pauley's going to join us at 4 p.m. Talk some. He's had an adventure. A personal family adventure.
Yeah.
We'll hear about that.
Yeah.
So I think everyone knows, or maybe has seen, they're like a QR code on a tombstone. And you click on it, and there's your grandpa, and maybe it's a video of him or something like that. Well, now evidently workable today, they have an AI, and I don't know how you feed the AI. I don't know what you give it, but it's basically, if anyone saw the movie Man of Steel and Superman's dad, even though he's been dead for, thousands of years or whatever, is there in an AI form, and he has all of his dad's memories, and he can talk to him, and they can have real conversations, and he can give him advice. They say that is going to be the future. 100% going to be the future. It won't be at the gravesite. It'll be something that you have on you like a companion. So you will have like your parents or your deceased wife or your child, God forbid, that you will have with you at all times, that you can communicate with all day if you want to.
But it's not really them.
Right. It's an AI representative.
Right.
And again, I'm not sure what sort of input, because I know like you can, I guess theoretically you could download someone's Wikipedia or put in a bunch of documents, or like for the show, you could put in every word I've ever said.
Right.
And they'd get a good flavor of you.
Right.
It sounds incredibly unhealthy, and I would discourage anyone in my life from using something like this.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't sound great.
Well, I hate to be so callous, but it's like death is an ending. It has worked like that through all of history. There is not a way you can cheat this. If you're trying to make yourself feel better, I don't think that constantly going back to that well over and over again is going to help you move forward in life.
Yeah. If, for example, like I've shared on the show, and many people get this, my mom died last summer, and many times I pick up the phone to call her. What if you could? What if you could push a button and your mom says hello? And, hey, Mom, I had a rough day. Tell me about it, honey. Like,
I get the appeal. I absolutely do. I get why people would be drawn to that. I'm just saying I don't think it's going to take you down the right path.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But it's also not them.
Right.
It's one thing if you had the technology, like we're watching the show, Dave, you watch Foundation, and the technology is there, so they preserve all of the actual knowledge and the memories of all of the clones that are the empire, that are the emperors. And if it was actually like a downloaded consciousness, that's a different thing. Now, I still think that Rachel's question is the same for that as it would be for an AI. But an AI is going to be just an AI interpreting words and making it seem like the person, but it's not them.
Oh, shoot. We're out of time.
We can go to 29.
Okay. What if it is downloading someone's consciousness? We figure out how to do that. I would be very hesitant to do that to a deceased loved one, because
without their permission anyway. Yeah.
Who knows what experience they would have?
Right.
It could be horrific. It could be some sort of hellish thing.
That's the other question, though, is it maybe that's not adding anything and they don't know it, but it's just downloading whatever memories exist, and it's just all that.
Yeah.
Either way, wow.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, police are on the scene right now with a crash on southbound 270 just south of 44. It looks like they have the right lane blocked. There's just a short backup through, not even quite to Big Bend, but South 270 is also busy, of course, approaching Page down to Ladue, in addition to that delay as you get through Big Bend because of that crash. Southbound 170 from Delmar down to 64 slow. Northbound 170 seeing some heavy traffic. Airport Road up to Hanley's pretty congested right now. Westbound Highway 70 a good run, just kind of busy around TR Hughes and 61. Westbound 64 a little slow down at the city limits. Lindbergh to 270 is crowded. There's a little heavy pocket at Boone's Crossing, and then 364 to 70 just a lot of slow traffic out west. Southbound 55 the usual backup. Arsenal down through Bates, barely slow down at McNutt. That doesn't look bad, and we look good on the Illinois side. Highways heading across the bridges are good to go. I'm Roger Brand in the Michaels Flooring Outlet.com Traffic Center.
Emergency evacuation
Breaking
order.
news that earns national recognition doesn't happen by chance. It's driven by the relentless focus, dedication, and commitment of a trusted newsroom.
Floodwaters are closing
Recently
roads
honored with a National Edward R. Murrow Award for breaking news, the KMOX newsroom continues to be the vital source of information for our region.
Shelter in place.
Timely reporting every day and rising to the moment when major stories unfold. 104.1 FM KMOX, the voice of St. Louis.
So 30 years ago, Mike at Michael's Baths made a weird decision. It just was 30 years ago that he was going to focus his construction business solely on bathrooms. And so for 30 years, he has gotten, as you would imagine, really, really good at doing bathroom remodeling. Well, then Bath Fitter came along and 3-Day Kitchen and Bath, and that became like a real business and, you know, big national thing, and people know them. And Mike's like, hey, I've been doing this for, 27 years before you guys showed up. He can come in usually 30 to 50% less expensive, 30 to 50% cheaper than the aforementioned companies with just as good or better materials and services. He's a really good guy. I vouch for him. He's local. He's family owned and operated. He has about 10 crews that work for him, handpicked and trained by him, and they're also local. You're supporting a lot of St. Louis families when you use Mike. 636-775-0800, michaelsbaths.com.
With new treatments in the fight against Alzheimer's, now is the time for action. Join the St. Louis Walk to End Alzheimer's Saturday, October 25th at Chesterfield Amphitheater. Help us see a world without Alzheimer's. Register today, alz.org/walk.
This report is sponsored by McKelvey Homes.
Hi, I'm Jim Brennan at McKelvey Homes. Have you always wished for a brand new home in an established neighborhood? Select one of our move-in ready custom homes throughout St. Louis, or we will build on your lot. Visit McKelveyHomes.com and move up to McKelvey.
Siteman Cancer Center Spotlight. We are visiting with Dr. Premal Thacker.
I think the key is recognizing symptoms and not ignoring them to say, oh, I think that's going to go away. So I highly encourage anyone who's listening, if they're having abnormal bleeding or hasn't seen their gynecologist in a while, to really make that appointment to ensure that you're getting the best health.
Thanks to Siteman Cancer Center, national leaders in cancer. For more information, please visit siteman.wustl.edu.
Hey St. Louis, this is Ben Barnett, board-certified master arborist and owner at Timberline Professional Tree Care. As a local small business owner for the past 24 years, I always do my best to shop local and support our community. Recently, 2 of the largest tree contractors in the region have sold to out-of-town investment groups. This means that the new owners of these companies are not invested in quality, customer satisfaction, or safety, except for how it affects their bottom line. Timberline Professional Tree Care was founded in 2001 and is focused solely on giving you, the customer, the safest, highest quality product while providing the best customer service before, during, and after the job. I've poured my heart and soul into tree care for the past 24 years, and we aren't going anywhere. When it comes time to take care of your trees, I ask that you shop local and call me, Ben Barnett, at Timberline Professional Tree Care, 636-479-7475, or online at stltreecare.com.
Today, the Cards, the Athletics, Cameron Total Access 550, Cardinals Radio, 104.1 FM KMOX.
Welcome back, guys. DGS on KMOX. Happy Tuesday to you. Every day about 3:35. Dave Murray joins us. Hello, Dave.
Hello there.
How was the holiday?
It was fine. It was good.
Good.
Oh, don't pay attention to that noise. It's a router down the street.
Man, you have a busy neighborhood.
We do. There's some construction, and on two. I live on a street that's got like 7 houses. 2 of them are under construction.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
Yeah. So I guess tomorrow's going to get a little warmer, but no big whoop.
Yeah. Before we get to the forecast, I put together all the summer numbers.
Okay.
Because summer is now over.
Yeah.
So I'll look at June, July, August. The average temperature, now average temperature is high and low together, 78.2 degrees. That was 0.9 degrees above average. So kind of a run-of-the-mill summer, 29th warmest on record. This is kind of the neat number. The hottest temperature, we never hit 100 degrees. The hottest temperature was 98, and the coolest temperature of all summer was 55. Both of those happened in the month of August.
Wow.
That's really weird.
Yeah.
Rainfall, 10.44 inches. That's 1.36 below average. 67th wettest on record. We had 26 days of thunderstorms. We are dry right now. June was kind of wet. Part of July was kind of wet. We had some pretty good thunderstorm activity, but August has been dry, or was dry.
Yeah.
We need some rain.
Yeah. My yard's looking pretty dire.
Yep.
Going to be a gorgeous weekend, though, right?
Yeah, we've got a cold front, strong cold front coming through late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Tomorrow will be the warmest day of the week. We've been putting that on the docket for quite a while. 87 for the high. That's going to probably feel a little hot, and the humidity will be up a touch. And with the front, some scattered showers and thunderstorms. I think the prime time will be 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. Not expecting anything severe. 56 for the low on Wednesday night. Thursday, partly to mostly sunny. Wonderful day, 75. Another weaker cool front comes through on Friday. Partly sunny, a couple of spot storms. 78 for the high on Friday, and temperatures will hold high temperatures in the 70s for the weekend.
Cool.
Take it to the bank.
Yeah.
Nice.
Rach, rather than headlines, can we do the thing from the Google Doc about the time machine with Dave?
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds fun. So I was thinking about what to talk about on the show, and I thought, what if we somehow had access to a time machine, everything works, and everybody fits inside the time machine at the same time? Where would you take all of us as far as like different eras of your life? Where would you want to be like, I want to introduce people to this version of Dave Murray? So, I mean, we could start with Dave Murray. We could start with someone else. But what era of your life would you want to take us all to and show us, that version of
So
yourself?
kind of like a show and tell kind of
little
thing.
bit, yeah.
Okay, but it has to be in my lifetime.
Yes, it's your
Oh,
life,
okay.
something you would want us
Like a
to see.
tour.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd bring you back to, 6th grade, 5th and 6th grade, because I was a terror. I was a horrible kid.
Really?
Yeah, we had moved around quite a bit from the time I was born until like the beginning of 6th grade. So I had issues. I mean, I wasn't burning houses down, things like that. But I had in hindsight, I don't think I realized it when it was happening. I think my parents were great about it. But yeah, I think I had problems, and it would be nice to have you guys see it. I'd like to revisit that a little bit.
Really interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. How about you, Rach?
I was thinking if I could take you all somewhere, I think I would take you to my Radio Shack days.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. I've been thinking about that time a lot lately for some reason. And yesterday I was talking with my sister-in-law about like the Alden Square Mall and how different things are there. And I don't know, when I was working there, it was just kind of a fun time. I had maybe a little bit of a different attitude than I do now towards certain things because I was much younger and just, hadn't had as much experience as I have now. But I think it would be kind of fun. I mean, to just kind of show you guys like, all right, here's how we do it at the mall. Like, just a different time.
I would probably take you guys back to law school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Show you around the law school, introduce you to my friends, take you to a class. Like, that's a part of me that you guys know happened, but you probably have no real...
And you don't you have stories from law school, but I'm always, like, left wanting more whenever you talk about it, because it's like, it feels so key in getting you to where you are now. It was obviously probably the biggest thing that ever happened to you up until that point in time. But it's also like, well, what was that like?
Yeah.
You know?
How about you, Wheels?
Probably early college. Just because it was a time and it'd be fun just to because it was Miami in the early 90s. So A, it's fun. B, you guys would get to see what I was like before I was tamed.
Yeah.
Before I grew up.
Wearing your Don Johnson outfit. Going clubbing.
That I want to see.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys might not like that guy, though. I mean, my wife married me, but first she didn't like me either. She figured that out over a couple years, so about a year time, I'm all right.
Andrew, how about you?
I did misunderstand the question because I was thinking cowboy times, like Old West.
Well, if that was a part of the
alive?
Now I am realizing I may have misread.
Take us to your cowboy
I
times.
may have misread the topic. I would probably say like late high school, college. You know what I mean? That was like such a fun time overall. Like it wasn't perfect, but there was a lot of fun things that happened, and with no responsibilities, it's just kind of like every day brings something something fun or adventures or whatever.
What about this?
Lots to do, lots going on.
Everyone knows the famous story of Dave and I meeting when I was 10 years old, and he gave me the weather balloon.
Go back to that day.
What if I took you back to that day?
That would be awesome.
And everyone but Dave knew, and we're all like, oh my God, it really is him.
And you totally misremember it. Dave Murray's like, get out of here, kid.
Yeah, shove this balloon up your ass.
Well, that's how we get
puts his hand on your head and just pushes you down.
That's how we all get stranded in the 70s because we disrupt the space-time continuum by like talking to Dave Murray, and we ruin everything, and then we're stuck there forever.
Well, the upside is,
Dave,
it's
do you
the
remember
70s.
me from 50 years from now?
You can do what you want.
Yeah, stick me in 1974.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm okay.
You got about 20 years of whatever you want.
I had a mini
Maybe
bike
30.
and a weather balloon.
That's right. Put a string around your arm and fill that weather balloon up. And off you go to
no more
wherever,
Dave.
Jerseyville.
1970s, they were like, rules? We got no rules. Whatever you want to do.
That's so true. Oh, funny.
It's funny you just brought up Jerseyville, Dave. So whenever you were like broadcasting here and you would talk about little towns like that, like how many of them were you like, you know what, I need to get in the car and go check this place out?
You know
Like,
what? When I first came to St. Louis in 1976, I spent probably about 10 weekends in a row driving all across the viewing area or the listening area to see all these little towns and what they were all about. And, really visiting them, how big they were, exactly where they were, all that kind of stuff. And that, man, I would recommend that to anybody in any market. Take the time and do it. And talk to some people, learn how to pronounce the names.
yeah,
especially
here in
around St. Louis.
Man, I was fake syndicated in my second year on the radio. I was in other cities, but it was just some stupid package where they just put, like it wasn't really being syndicated. But I was in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, which on my first day I called Wilkes Bar.
Oh, no.
That's it. Done.
They're pretty sensitive there, too.
Pretty much over. That was about
I watched a couple of anchor people basically sabotage their career by not being able to pronounce towns in the viewing area.
Oh, not learning the local way of saying it.
Yeah.
St. Louis would be a tough one.
It took me
It is.
a lot
It
of
is.
it took me a good bit of time because
Well, especially speaking French.
well, that's the point. I would say them the way that it's like, said in actual French. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's
Right.
wrong.
Everybody's
That's
like,
wrong.
what are you
They're
talking
like, what's
about?
wrong with you, you snooty jerk?
What are some
Oh,
examples?
so you think you're better than us? Okay.
Well, creep core
would be what?
That would be, so the first word is crève in French, and then cœur. But you wouldn't say it that way. I wouldn't say it like I'm saying it in French. I would say it Americanized like crève core or something like that. But it's not that.
There's an E after the V. That means the other E is a E.
Yeah.
It's creve.
Yeah.
We know.
Listen to Andrew.
I mean, I did that stuff nonstop for like
Andrew's
the first
very
6
protective
months.
of his ignorance.
Yeah. I don't want anybody to know things. Don't know things.
Yeah, anytime somebody knows more than me, I feel the need to drag them down as quickly as possible.
So would Gravois be Gravois?
Yep. And literally the whole town is like that. Like everything
It
is.
is.
Yeah. So it didn't take long You just had to pay attention. And thankfully, I was at KMOX learning those things, and all those people around here, the veterans, they're like pulling me aside, and hey,
And
buddy.
that's the key.
Yeah.
We had
You
to do
have
that.
to have people like that.
We had to do that once. Years ago, we had a traffic person who was from like way out of town, and they kept saying stuff like "de Bolivier" or whatever,
Yes.
and we had to be like, "No one knows what you're."
Yeah.
No one knows what you're saying when
I'm
you
sorry,
say that.
you sound really stupid.
You sound really stupid. It's de Bolivar.
Even though you're saying it right.
We skip about a half dozen letters in there.
Was that the lady we caught watching porn?
It might have been. Yeah, that sounds right.
Wait, what?
Watching
Well-
porn and also listening to single ladies really loud.
She was remote, and so every now and then she would turn it on without knowing that she was on, and she was clearly watching porn.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you remember Rachel when we turned, we were like, let's see what she's up to, and so we turned it on like the preview staging thing, and she was like, he thinks he's just gonna come in town and fall up into some ass.
I wondered if you're going to tell that real
wasn't
story.
there. I think that was before my time, but I do remember that happening.
And we were like,
legends never die.
We were like, oh, she's busy.
We'll check back in later.
I'm still trying to get past the fall up.
Yeah, I never heard that one. Although I was intrigued.
All right. Oh, that's an interesting way of looking at gravity.
Yeah, I love Roger Brand, but she was pretty interesting. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Smart Mouth H?
Yeah, so we're always talking about the fact that Smart Mouth has a dual chamber bottle. It's keeping two liquids separate, and that is for a reason. The first liquid instantly eliminates existing sulfur gas. That's your bad breath hanging around your mouth, the sulfur gas. The second solution, the second liquid, activates billions of zinc ions to block germs and prevent new bad breath from forming. That's why when you use Smart Mouth once in the morning and once at night, you have 24-hour bad breath protection. It's all thanks to this dual chamber bottle.
So I would never tell you to don't go to the dentist. Good grammar, Dave. But I will say, as someone who does avoid the dentist more than I should, that the gum health formula from Smart Mouth is a lifesaver. That if you have gingivitis, that's what the dentist is going to tell you most times. They used to give you this terrible prescription mouth rinse, which tasted terrible and it turned your teeth brown. Now they just say, go to Schnucks or Dearbergs or Walgreens or CVS and get Smart Mouth Gum Health. You can find it at smartmouth.com/Glover.
Traffic from the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
Well, this traffic report is a service of Metro Transit. If you're traveling down southbound 270, we've got this crash southbound 270 just past 44. They have the right lane blocked, which is the merge-on lane as you come off 44 to get onto South 270. So east and westbound 44 have delays. Westbound, the right lanes are jammed midway back to Lindbergh. Eastbound 44 from Miraz on in. And South 270 itself slows at Page, and then it's stop-and-go pocket south of Manchester down to the crash scene. Southbound 170, Delmar to 64 is busy. Westbound 64 on the brakes, Kings Highway out to Clayton Skinker, it's slow. Lindbergh to 270, there's a slowdown K midway to Winghaven, and again 364 out to Highway 70. Eastbound Highway 70, we had an incident, I think it was road work they were clearing at Zumbel, but we're backed up east of Cave Springs. Westbound's a little slow through there. It's a little slow around Highway K and at 61. If you're on southbound 55, approaching Arsenal, down through Bates, bumper-to-bumper pockets, there's a slowdown coming through Revis down toward Lindbergh, where they had a crash on the shoulder, a little busy at McNutt after that. Westbound 44, so a little busy downtown between the bridges. I'm Roger Brand at the MichaelsFlooringOutlet.com Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored by Metro Transit.
Get a Metro Transit $5 day pass from Metro St. Louis and go anywhere Metro goes, no matter how far or how long, all day long. Super chill, clean, safe, and reliable, not to mention AC and free Wi-Fi. Go to metrostl.org to get your pass today.
Calling all future sportscasters. Sharpen your skills and learn from the best of the Missouri Broadcasters Association Sportscasters Forum Tuesday, September 16th in St. Louis. Join Cardinals beat reporters, broadcasters, and the legendary John Rooney, the voice of the Cardinals, for insider sessions on play-by-play, interviewing, reporting, and more. Then cap the day with a Cards-Reds game at Busch Stadium. Open to college students and broadcasting pros. Just $10 for students, lunch, and a game ticket. Space is limited. Registered by September 2nd at Missouri Broadcasters sportscasters.org.
Hey, it's Jeff Sachs at Sachs Financial. Did you know that you have a pension and there are ways to maximize how you take it? That's right. It's called Social Security. Find out more at retiresafestl.com/guide. That's retiresafestl.com/guide.
You hear that? That's the sound of your business losing money. Legacy phone systems weren't built for today's teams. OpenPhone gives your business a smarter way to stay connected. OpenPhone lets you manage calls, texts, voicemail, and contacts all in one place so that you and your team can deliver a seamless customer experience from ring to... Need to take calls on the go? OpenPhone automatically transcribes, summarizes, and highlights next steps from every call, so you never miss a detail. Need insight into what closes a sale? With OpenPhone's AI call tags, you can instantly spot key topics like objections or pricing questions, and use those insights to coach your team and level up every customer interaction. And yes, you can bring your existing number with you for free. Keep your team in sync and your customers happy with OpenPhone. OpenPhone. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try OpenPhone for free at openphone.com/try and get 20% off your first 6 months. That's openphone.com/try. openphone.com/TRY.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights, at home or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
That baby's gone! Cardinals fans, FanDuel Sports Network is your home of the Cardinals. That ball was mashed. And there are more ways to watch this season. Holy cow! Subscribe directly to FanDuel Sports Network to stream the Cardinals without blackouts. How about that play? Or watch through a TV provider. Incredible! Including DirecTV, Spectrum, Xfinity, Fubo, and more. He got it! Learn more at cardinals.com/TV. Ball game! It couldn't have worked out any better for the Cardinals.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Some of my purple drink went down the Twinkie pipe.
I've definitely been there.
Oh, you mean your water? Your
Yes.
purple water?
Yes, my Kool-Aid. This is the most irrelevant thing I've ever talked about on the show, but Kevin and I watched this science fiction show called Foundation.
Highly recommend.
And it's no spoiler alert, because if you can follow this thing at all, you're smarter than me. So
It's got a lot going on.
But there are these all-powerful emperors, and
Yes.
A young woman pisses one off.
Yep.
And Rach, get this. He says, do you ever think about your legacy, Rachel? The mark you're going to leave on the world? And she's like, sometimes. He goes, well, I've looked into it, and this is 12,000 years in the future, so they have this technology. And I've identified every person you've ever had an association with, and it's 783 people. Then I went out, and I found every person they've had an association with. That's another 893. And they're about to die right now. Boom. He snaps his fingers, and they're all killed. Yeah. He's like, now you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison knowing that everyone you've ever known and everyone they've ever known died because of you. I mean, that's a crazy thought. Like, how did Isaac Asimov just come up with that thought? That's like nuts.
I mean, I'm sure similar things have happened in human history.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
I'm gonna
1,700
kill
people,
you
but
and all
I'm going
your
to take out you
family.
and your family in a little town or a little village or whatever.
Yeah.
Back in the day when we lived in a little bit smaller world, we weren't spread out all over the
Here's
place.
how confusing it is.
Okay.
It's so confusing that on the weekend, I am texting him and asking him to talk.
Yeah.
I'm like, explain this to me, please.
Well, I mean, I'm like 2 seasons ahead of you, so I have a lot of the
Yes.
info that you don't have, and you'll see. It's going to make sense.
Missouri, get ready! The wait is almost over. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is coming soon to the Show Me State, and you can sign up today. New Missouri customers can get $300 in bonus bets when we launch on December 1st. Download now and place a $5 bet when we go live. DraftKings Sportsbook brings everything you need to elevate your game day, including live in-game betting, lightning-fast payouts, and endless ways to get in on the action, all right from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code KMOX to grab $300 in bonus bets with just a $5 bet when we go live December 1st.